And here we are. Guys, welcome to the Joyage Kingdom. I'm Cage, your guide. I'll be replacing the voice inside your head for now, giving you a break from the constant internal monologue that is the human mind. I want to say first, thank you for listening and viewing on whatever platform you're on. If you haven't already, click that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. Join the kingdom. Let's get this video out to more and more people. If you already follow us on Twitter, TikTok, all the things, I have his stuff down below in the description. We have the founder of Dark Labs, founder of Dark Echelon. I don't even know, like the king of NFT Twitter and the king of all things NFTs. We have Ameer Hussein on. Dude, thanks for being here.
What's up, man? Thank you. Thank you for the intro. Yes, I'm the founder of Dark Echelon, Dark Labs, and very excited to speak today.
Hell yeah, man. Well, we got a lot of shit to talk about, and I think a lot of people. Well, honestly, you know what's weird? Actually, I think it was Frank who was tweeting about this. Or not Frank. It was either Frank or Gary V. I don't even know. One of those people who like says a bunch of stuff, and a lot of people listen to them. Talking about just like the age difference, dude, of like entrepreneurs in the online space. It's like totally different. Like there are people who are in their 20s who have just accomplished so much. And listening to your story, at least I heard that you were kind of in that world, dude. You were in like I guess e-com's probably like the easiest way to like summarize the whole thing. Would you say?
Yeah, so I was into brand management before this, and on top of that too, e-com management. So I was managing like multiple different stores, not just your normal like FBA or just normal Amazon stores, but I was controlling vendor accounts. So like that's like basically the highest level possible of
Mhm.
any type of e-com store. So you're managing like basically the whole wholesale vendor side, and on top of that too, you're selling as Amazon or as Walmart instead of just a seller on Walmart or Amazon. So I have a pretty, I guess you could say, interesting background on that side, and we'll tap into like more into like how I got into that and all that too.
Yeah, dude. How long would you say it took from like, because what I've seen from a lot of the ecom people, especially the ones that end up like teaching courses and stuff, the way it sounds, bro, they're like, yo, just do this like one thing and then just like drop this thing and then like boom, you're rich. And I thought it was crazy. Talk to me about the actual workload though, because I know it's not that easy. There's no chance you can just do one thing unless you can. Like, is that how it works? Like, how long did it take you to do it? How many failed attempts do you have? And what was that process like?
Yeah, so I've done actual drop shipping too before. Me handling vendor accounts was when I used to work for my father's company. So that was from when I was 17 to 18. I worked my way up in that company all the way from when I was 15, 16. I worked my way up all the way to be having a higher role, president of branding, president of ecom at two separate companies. There was two separate companies I was working at simultaneously. But before that, when I was like 13, I had my first drop shipping store. I was selling a kind of like a bootleg lure of a different lure, and I was getting my supplier from China off AliExpress before anyone ever knew what it was. And I was just kind of like scouring on the internet, found this thing out, and that's when I found out about like this lure that I used when I actually fished, and I found the cheaper bootleg version of it. And then from there, I contacted the supplier when I was like 13, like an idiot, like, yo, can you send me like 50 of these? He sends me 50 of them for like dirt cheap. I go ahead and sell them for like 10x the price or maybe 20x the price on eBay, and they sell like freaking butter, right? So I'm like, what the hell? Like, I can do this. Like, I can just, all I got to do is buy more and I can make so much money. So I made it like a pretty good amount of money for like a 13-year-old. I think I don't even know the exact number, so I'm not gonna give you like made up figures, but I think it was like over maybe $20,000 in sales or some shit like that when I was like 13. So it was pretty interesting, and that's when like everything in my life opened up. Like, damn, this is like actually crazy. Like you can make money on the internet like that. So um, from there, various different journeys, self-education, trying to improve, like from super young. I started to like exponentially grow a lot quicker than peers, right? But from there, when I was working at my father's companies, working from like 15, 16, 17, 18, I worked my way up from literally ground bottom. And it's not like I was given like any handouts at some like top position. But one thing I would say is that the mentorship that I was given from like a business household and a business perspective from very early on shifted my mind a lot different than a lot of other people. And I was basically given a platform for myself and a mind frame for myself that I was able to like think a lot differently than pretty much everyone else. And on top of that too, the discipline and like the mindset and the way of life of a person who's running multiple companies successfully was really good for me to actually witness very early on. And on top of that too, the way you manage like life load, family, relationships, business, like how you don't bring emotion into this, and from there, um, it was really interesting. And I'm really thankful for that because like I think people would fucking pay a lot of money for that type of like mentorship or experience.
Yeah.
So going into that, from 17, I was managing e-com stores on Amazon. This was like 2020, COVID hit, and
Mhm.
from there, like everything was kind of like going to shit. So from there, I shifted to actually starting to work on the e-com stores. So I was managing a vendor account. We were selling cell phones, right? So we were selling like not used but like new cell phones, which means that they were never refurbished, but they're basically considered like a light new condition. So you can sell them as like new. So what like new means is that like there's no scratches or uh there's no deficiencies in the phone, like literally looks brand new, right? You
Mhm.
just sell it in an open box. So we were selling like new phones. Also, one other branch was my father's other company, which was called Plum Mobile. Anyone can search it up. Done over $1.5 billion in sales in South America. Pretty big, decently
Oh,
sized company.
what the fuck? What is it?
It's a cell phone and electronics brand. So they did tablets and cell phones.
Wow.
The brand has kind of died off over the years, and they kind of shifted their focus over onto like rugged cell phones. And the company's actually partnered with Amazon, so Amazon
Yeah.
sells it directly as Amazon. So it's super cool how that works. But I was managing those companies. One of them on Plum Mobile, I was the president of branding, and also I was helping them sell with their e-com stores, bridging with their other company called CLC Miami, which was the e-com stores we were selling on. And obviously, there's a lot of other parent companies. I'm not going to go
Yeah.
into that. There's just like too much to talk about there. But basically, what I was handling was the stores, right? So I was handling Walmart vendor. I was handling even Newegg vendor, which is something that no one's even heard of. And then
Mhm.
I was also handling the Amazon vendor. Amazon vendor and Walmart vendor completely changed my mind about the whole world, about how everything works and how people are completely different than what we think they are. We just think everyone has an iPhone, right?
Yeah.
It's not how the world works, right? So even the top selling models were always flip phones, right? And everyone's like, "How's that possible?" But we were selling them directly in the U.S. The top models always was flip phones and obviously older used iPhones. So people think, "Oh, everyone's buying the newest iPhone." No, people are buying the fucking iPhone 7, the iPhone 8, the iPhone 6. So yeah, that's where I got into that, and I actually learned a lot about ad spend. I spent millions of dollars in ads on my own, obviously using the
Jesus.
company's funds.
Yeah.
But from there on to, I actually people don't believe it, but this is where I learned too that all these gurus and shit on Amazon are fucking full of shit because you're not gonna believe when I say this, but just in like the span of almost a year, I did $80 million of sales in the company, handling all the accounts myself on just Walmart and Amazon vendor, right? And then
All right.
also there was a few seller
I'm
stores.
out. I'm out. No. Oh my god.
And I
That's
scaled it,
fucking
and I
crazy,
scaled it,
bro.
yeah,
What?
and I scaled it pretty quickly. And again, the figure 80 million is like super rough because like again things change and there's like different stores all at once and you can't calculate everything. It's really hard, but
Is
there
is
was
it
many
is it
different.
is it within like a $10 billion mark, like Sam Beckman-Fried would say?
Yeah, something like that, like within 5 or 10 billion.
God.
No, but yeah, basically that's what I was doing. So I saw like money very early on before a lot of people were able to see money. But
Mhm.
one thing I would say is I was never just like given free money and shit like that. Did like I was put on a salary, did fucking have to work very hard. Started from literally ground bottom. Before that
Yeah.
too, I used to work in a restaurant, was making like fucking $4 an hour or some shit with tips. It was really so like I have the experience all throughout, but
Yeah.
mainly the entrepreneurship experience and knowing like that path of like growing your stores and like knowing how the internet money works. It was really interesting, really eye opening. But then from there, when I was 18, I saw the opportunity of Web3. Actually, someone came in the office that I was working in, and was talking about fucking like flipping NFTs and minting bots and like how he was like scripting these fucking bots and shit, and they were just like minting out these projects and he was like selling them and
Wow.
dumping them. And he's telling me about this, and I'm like, huh? You made like 10,000 in one day? Huh? Like I literally swear to God, I think I still have the sticky note at my old house. Um, I have a fucking sticky note. I literally wrote down some info as he was speaking. He didn't know, but I fucking took out a sticky note, and as he's speaking, I'm like writing down some notes. I'm like, huh? Yeah, keep on talking, keep on talking. So I wrote down those notes, and
Holy shit.
I went home, searched everything up, and I'm like, bro, this is like fucking CS:GO. What the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
so similar to this, people are buying and selling this shit. This is also like website domains that I was already buying and selling before too. I have a GoDaddy account. I was buying and selling website domains because before that too, I was really I actually made a course for like actually no one knows this, but for my family, right? I wanted my family to learn about crypto, so I
Mhm.
made a course for them specifically.
I love
So
it.
for my whole family, because I wanted to convince my fucking dad to like get into this shit. I wanted to convince my whole
Yeah.
family. I was like, yo, mom, dad, sisters. I was like, yo, you guys got to get into this, like, crypto is gonna be like a revolutionary thing, and like it's not just Bitcoin or Ethereum, but like all these other like altcoins, these L2s, like they're so interesting. So I like wrote a whole fucking course in this shit, and in the course, before I even knew about NFTs, I was looking back at this. I made this course, I think in like June of 2021, I think, yeah, June of 2021. Um, I made a course for them. I wrote a whole section on NFTs before I even like really got into NFTs. So I kind of understood the concept of NFTs, but I never got into them, right? So I wrote in the course, I wrote a whole section on NFTs without ever even buying or selling NFTs. So I was like, what the fuck? But I looked back on that recently actually. But yeah, basically, got into NFTs after that. This was like probably late July, early August when I got in, and then within 2 to 3 weeks, I already had like my own alpha group. I understood the concept that fast. Like that's how
Yeah.
quick I got it. And then I was shilling my alpha group link under fucking Alex Becker, Elio Trades' posts because I knew that like they
That's
would get
genius.
like
That's
more
genius.
engagement. Yeah, dude, and I actually was able to get thousands of people in my alpha group just by commenting. What I would do is I would wait till they posted. It seemed like I was a fucking bot. I would wait till they posted a tweet. And I swear to God, I would sit there waiting on my phone, like ready as fuck, right? I was like all day long, had post notifications on. I had it pre-copied, everything, my whole fucking template.
Let's
Swear to God,
go.
no one knows this. I've never said this shit before. I would wait till they tweet, right? Even JRMY Crypto too. Those three guys, because I knew that they were like the biggest at
Yeah.
the time. When they tweeted, holy fuck, I was Speedy Gun fucking Gonzalez. Clicked fucking paste, paste, paste. You know what happened? All three of them ended up blocking me because they thought I was a bot on my Ameer Hussein
Oh,
account. So
still? You're still blocked?
so Elio actually reached out. He wanted to
Oh,
like talk
that's
about
good.
something. He like wanted to like collab about some stuff
Yeah.
a while back. So he like unblocked me and he was like,
Let's
"Yo,
go.
I wanted to reach out to you, but like why were you blocked?" And I'm like, "Oh, bro, it's like so complicated. You're not gonna understand." But I explained it to him and he's like, okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, whatever. But I'm like,
That's
bro,
funny.
like I'm not kidding. That's what I used to do. So that was
Wow.
before I ever thought like I would ever try to grow like an account or whatever in Web3. But yeah, that actually ended up working. I built like 3 different alpha groups doing that strategy.
Mhm.
And basically what I was doing is kind of like farming invite links so I can get whitelists for myself. And on top of that too, just a great place for people to like have a hub and talk about things. And I also had a Neo Tokyo alpha where we
Mhm.
got a lot of people into Neo Tokyo through like the riddles and shit on the first
Wow.
original Neo Tokyo. So,
Dude, I
um,
needed that. I was struggling on that
yeah,
shit. And I made it through one clue, I think. And then I was like, all right, I can't do this shit. This is hard.
it was complicated. It was very complicated. Yeah. But yeah, that was kind of like the origin story, man. But it's
Dude,
pretty
that's
crazy shit.
nuts. Yeah, I did not expect that story. I have a similar story. I didn't get blocked by my role models, but I was doing the same kind of thing. Like when I first started, so I didn't make a project like that. I never was as interested in the trading side of NFTs. I've always looked at NFTs as more of an industry that I want to work in, and I wasn't quite sure where that was going to fit. I just knew I wasn't like a trading history is not something. I'm not like a trader by that's not my background. So I was trying to make review videos, project founder podcast. I was more in the content game. So that's really where I focused on. But in the beginning, when I was just learning about NFTs, I had just learned about like NFT photography was blowing up. Alex Becker had just tweeted out this thing about black and white nights. I remember I looked at the collection. I was like, it's pretty good. Like, I don't know. And I ended up skipping out on it. It went to the moon. And I was like, well, shit, if that project went to the moon, I could go to the moon because I've got photography and I'm just as good. So I posted mine, basically did the same shit as you, just shilling links everywhere. And it ended up being able to sell that first collection. That's kind of how I got started as well. And honestly, for anyone who's listening right now, I still think that's like, I guess you got to monitor like how often you're doing it. But as far as like having your favorite people notifications on and trying to respond or engage in some way, shape, or form is a pretty good way to get people's attention. Like I feel like that's the way I've usually gotten people's attention, if not them just finding my content. Like I got a follow early on from Journey Crypto from that. Just like every time he tweeted, I would just try and leave some kind of helpful comment on something he tweeted, and that worked after 5 or 6 attempts. But I think that's really cool. And then I was going to say so before I ask the question about the dark echelon origin, just because we have a similar story there as well. So your dad was also like a serial entrepreneur. Did you like pick stuff up while he was doing that? Like as when you were really young, like was he showing you all this stuff? Was he like taking you to work and like were you picking up this lingo and stuff like that?
Yeah. So I didn't have like the in terms of the world's easiest childhood. Like I fucking holy shit, life was he was very hard on me, right? So um what that taught me was discipline. What that taught me was obviously high amounts of respect to certain people, right? So I learned how to respect another man, and also I think I had a really good father figure because he really genuinely did care.
Yeah.
But that level was very tough love. So um, I learned things very quickly. I was I learned about the hard truths about the world very quickly on, and my fucking bullshit meter was pretty well when I was a lot younger because I was just taught so much shit that helped me navigate the world a lot quicker and a lot faster without me also having to figure out certain things myself. He
Yeah.
would tell me certain things, but also at the same time he would want me to learn things the hard way too. So he wouldn't tell me everything. So it was kind of like that, that nice balance. And as I get older, I'm like, holy shit, like this guy is smart as fuck. Like as I get older, like I just appreciate it more and more. I'm like,
Right.
holy fuck, like I actually had an insanely fucking smart mentor. What the fuck? Like I
Yeah.
still think like every single day I still think of this. And I'm like, damn, like it's just crazy. Like you would have to be around it, but yeah, I mean I think I had like a really high advantage. Like fuck, the guy that I was mentored by was fucking insanely smart. But um also, tapping off to that Twitter link that you posted, the one that I retweeted, it's the
Yes.
wrong YouTube video. So I
Oh
unretweeted it. So
fuck! No
someone in Dark
way.
Echelon told me about this. So yeah.
Where did
Just
it
do like a
go? What the fuck?
yeah. It's all
Hold
good.
on.
So the other link is a different video. But
What? That is the
yeah,
most random. Like that was literally from 2 months ago. That's so okay. Here, let me fix this real quick,
yeah.
guys. We're
Uh,
gonna go on a quick 20-second break. Make sure you click the like button while I fix this.
oh wait, actually, someone left a comment saying, "Man, drop shipping at 13. Let's fucking go." Just to tap onto that store, my fucking supplier like died or some shit. Like I don't know what happened to him. So that
What?
store only ended up lasting for like a couple months, and then after that, it was just dead. So my dreams of drop shipping kind of died after that, and I couldn't find like a good supplier for that lure, and I just kind of like lost interest after that. So
Yeah.
that's what happened with that. But after that, I didn't do any entrepreneurial like e-com stuff for like quite a while after that, and then after that, things start tapping in later in
Yeah.
terms
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
entrepreneurship.
Gotcha. Gotcha. That makes sense. Also, Amir, I am sending the new tweet right now. Alpha and Dark Labs. Here we go. I think this is the right link. It is. Ridiculous.
Perfect.
Okay, sweet. I'll let you know when it actually makes it out there. I was gonna say, so what do you think your biggest lessons were with the Dark Echelon drop? Because that was a super long time ago. You obviously have Dark Labs coming up. This time you have like, well, I guess it's just very different. I mean, you're not a nobody this time. Like you're very well known in this space, and there's a very very high amount of excitement for this project. What are the things you're doing differently, or what? Actually, no. Maybe start with Dark Echelon. Like any big lessons you picked up from that first drop.
A lot, yeah. By the way,
Oh,
I
the
did the
tweet we just
retweet.
went. Yeah, sweet.
So mainly lessons that I learned from Dark Echelon, mainly two, and looking at an outside perspective because it's pretty hard when you're just fucking all day long, da
Yeah,
da da.
yeah.
But I guess I would say if I were to take a real thought about this, the or some lessons that I've learned, not the best lessons, but some lessons that I've learned,
Mhm.
obviously, is patience, right? Because things are not made overnight. So, you're looking at everyone, they're like, yo, we need this now. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Like, yo, do crazy announcements. So what I learned is that like it's kind of hard to like take yourself away and be like, yo, we have to think long term. But like you just have to do it. Like you need a long term plan. For a
yeah.
long time we just had a like short term plan. We're like, yo, like let's do this to like pump this up, do this to like fucking pump our holders and make them happy, like this and
Mhm.
that. But longer term, there's no fulfillment for anyone, right? It's like now we just have not a Ponzi-nomic announcement system,
Mhm.
but it kind of is that, right? And that's where a lot of projects start to die out, and that's where that's where we figured out like, hey, like we can't do this. Like we actually have to
Yeah.
develop a more longer term plan. Another thing too is, oh, I was just about to say this. What the fuck was it? What was I gonna say? Oh shit, I had a good one. Fuck, I just forgot that one. But going
You're
on
good.
into some other stuff. Geez, some important lessons. Man, there's just too many. I'm fucking tired.
No,
Going
I
on
feel
into
you,
some
dude.
more lessons. I guess you could say just starting from where we started off from when we didn't sell out, and just seeing everything from our fucking minting process, how shit it was from Dark Echelon. Um, dude, you just gotta fucking put your head down and just do the right work, right? There's a lot of different shortcuts that you can take, but with how we the whole upbringing of like not selling out, having a super cheap mint price, and still no one wanting to fucking mint our project, not even minting half the supply, right? We just learned like, yo, you just got to put your head down, stop making excuses. Anyone can do it, right? Like if we were able to do it with literally fucking, we went below min, and then from there we were the first project ever without VC funding to 100x like super quick. Like, dude, you just gotta fucking put your head down and go. And yes, there's grinding, yes, there's this and that, but there's also a way of working smarter. And also, I just figured out what I wanted to say
Hey, let's
earlier, right?
go.
Um, Looking into, hey, how can we identify what's going on in this market right now? Who are our competitors? How can we beat them in 3 months? Not how can we beat them tomorrow, but how can we leverage ourselves to beat them in 3 months? And that's like the kind of approach that we took back in January when we saw like, yo, this alpha group trend is becoming super popular. We were about like 3 months in, 3 or 4 months active then. We like launched. Um, so like 3 or 4 months in, we're like, yo, like what the fuck? Like everyone's like dropping this group now. Like it's becoming super popular. And like in my head, I'm like, yo, everyone's gonna start doing this shit. We have to rebrand like right now. We have to do it quick, or else we're just gonna be like just like everyone else.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, okay. And like 6 months, the whole space is gonna have like their own group. So I'm like, yeah, we gotta fucking rebrand. So I
Mhm.
say to my whole team, I'm like, bro, like we're not an alpha group anymore. Fucking ban all alpha. We're not doing any more alpha calls. It's done. Like Dark Echelon is never gonna do an alpha call ever again. From there, we never did an alpha call ever again.
When was that
So
again?
like in January-ish time,
Got it.
I don't know the exact timestamp, but Dark Echelon holders that are OG would probably know. I think maybe January-ish time we stopped alpha calls, right? So um, we started to realize that it was attracting the right people. We started to
Yeah.
attract the right people in Dark Echelon. Obviously, there's going to be people that are going to get in maybe because of like whitelist opportunities, which is probably, I guess you could say, um, in terms of attracting people, that would be the only downside because when you're attracting people only because of whitelists,
Yeah.
there are certain types of people that you don't want for like the ultra longer term because those are trader mentality type of people. So when like the market goes into a downturn, those are the type of people to sell like a dark echelon, for example, because they only got in because of whitelist. So
Mhm.
that's also when you have to restructure your branding into certain ways to like attract the right people. It's all about attracting the right people because when the market
Exactly.
hits bad, it's like, okay, are these people going to even fucking stick around? Like, are they even here because of the branding or because of the fucking utility and benefits?
Right.
You want them to be there for both reasons, but also there needs to be a certain balance. So that's where we like kind of figured out like, yeah, we have to restructure, and then also too, we were like, not the I wouldn't say the first project to like completely think of like a full website with all of our utility like completely laid out for everyone, but I think we were like in our like niche again, I can't say for the whole space, but in our certain niche that we're in of exclusive groups, like we were basically the first group to like come out with a fully structured detailed website saying what the hell we are, right?
Yeah.
And we actually just took our website down recently. We're going to be doing restructuring on it, but yeah, like that's also like another thing. And then from there we brand it hard. And then from there too, like people ask you how'd you guys get to like your all-time highs and shit? We were at a 7 and 15 ETH floor because we have two different types of tokens at our all-time highs, 7 and 15 ETH, right? At all-time highs.
Wow.
So and that like actually maintained for a decent amount of time. And then for like I think 6 months straight, we were at like a 4 to 5 ETH floor. Mainly like 5 ETH floor. So
Yeah.
we had our really good times, but mainly too, you're like, yo, how did you do that? But it's from yo, like we didn't see anyone marketing hard on like our collaborations, right? And
Mhm.
our thoughtful collaborations. So we took a different step. We're like, yo, everyone's doing collabs and shit. Eventually, right? Everyone's gonna start doing their own like whitelist collabs and shit. We saw that, right? We're like, yo, we have to do it differently, right?
Yeah.
Before anyone could even do the whitelist collabs, right? We're like, okay, this is gonna be a popular trend. We have to do it differently from the start. So we start doing like these crazy collabs, fucking making like in-game skin collabs with like gaming companies, fucking doing like full length like animation movies with like different companies and they're like integrating Dark Echelon branding into it. Like we were thinking of these different ways, and I was like super involved in like every little thing. But that's where it got to like the burning point of like, yo, I cannot be involved in every single collab. Like we have to delegate, or else
Yeah.
this brand is not going to be able to fucking scale. So like that's when I really like went hard on the delegation period. But then now you're taking like a hit, like yo, I can delegate everything and like focus on like the bigger vision of the brand instead of the collabs. But then the collabs won't be as thoughtful. So it's like
Yeah.
you have to take that fucking hit. But yeah, I mean that's kind of like where we had to think of our process there to like get to those heights.
Yeah, dude. And it's cool because I mean, the origin story is ridiculous. You basically went from like no attention, scrambling for anything, giving away fucking NFTs to like, all right, we're pretty much the biggest like that kind of project that exists, like especially a creator-led, a YouTuber-led project. And with my project, mine was it was just art, like I said, it was just photography pieces, and that's what they were in the beginning. And that's obviously hard to sell because like people aren't just gonna buy it most of the time. And then when my YouTube picked up, I made a video kind of just talking about it and basically just opening up. Is more of a personal branding bit, and that YouTube video, I was able to sell it out. But it was interesting because they started. I listed all of them at like 0.04 or something like that, basically like under $100. And the floor like did its job on its own. Like a lot of people ask like how to keep the floor, and I'm like, I don't really know the answer. It just like did with mine. I'm like, you can kind of look at like what I did, and like I really just focus on personal branding and making sure that the people who are watching me feel like they're on a ride with me. And like as I'm navigating the world, every month I'm getting bigger, and I'm getting cooler podcasts, or like videos are getting better, or whatever it is. Like I'm growing with them. And that was a really powerful, almost like incentive to join the Joyage Kingdom, like join the Joyage was kind of the goal there. And I was able to, go from basically like a 0.03 floor to most of the time the floor is anywhere from 0.5 to 1 ETH or something like that. And they're just like art pieces. They're not even like NFTs with any utility. It's just like an art piece. And it's like for that bit, like it's pretty much all personal branding. And I see in the chat here, there's like 20 people in here who said D brand, D strong like 100 times. So I know that's something you focused on. And especially that last video you guys dropped on Dark Labs, that trailer you guys made, dude, that was fucking legendary. How much effort did that take to make?
I pretty much me and my video editing team, mainly me, like choreographed the whole concept, but they put together the like those bits and pieces that you saw that were like just super fucking cool.
Yeah.
I did like the main frame, and they kind of just pieced together everything. And when I saw it, I'm like, okay, just revise this, revise that. So mainly that, man. Like they fucking put that together in the span of a week. I'm like, yo, I need this
Hell
quick.
yeah.
I gave them all the content, gave them all the idea. They fucking put it together. I loved it, man. And again, thank you for that compliment. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was a really fucking sick video, and it has a storyline behind it too. It's like, yeah, we started from fucking shit.
Mhm.
We fucking kaboomed everyone on Dark Echelon, and we're proven like we know how to do it. Team's completely doxed. And then from there too, we're like, yo, let's show them. Like we have Dark Labs.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be some fucking really cool shit, and we have a little bit of hype moments in there and stuff like that. But yeah, I kind of wish I got more views because I posted some like dumbass videos on like my personal account. It's got like fucking 100,000 views, but like this video gets like fucking
Jesus.
15,000 views, and I'm like, the fuck is this
Sick.
shit? So the
Dark
algo didn't
Echelon,
hit.
do your job. Dark Echelon, go make it happen. Go blow it up. Yo, so what's like the core identity, the core message, the core brand behind Dark Echelon, behind Dark Labs, like your whole brand?
Yeah, so we're like heavily inspired by like exclusivity and like VIP access, right? So one thing going into that is like I was personally like really enticed by the whole feeling of like the Black American Express, right? When I was younger, again, seeing my fucking parents have this, I'm like, yo, this is sick as fuck. Like I want this one day. And I was taught from like young on, like, yo, this card, Ameer, like this is the fucking best card. I'm like, yo, I want that shit. So right now I'm in process of getting one, even though it's a complete fucking ripoff if you do
God.
not travel. So only get it if you fucking travel a lot. I travel a lot, so it's only good for you if you travel a lot because it's a pretty
Yeah.
expensive card. But going into that, we're heavily inspired by exclusivity and VIP access, which was the like derived from like the American Express. So when we went into like the space originally, we had instead of like PFP art, we actually changed our PFP art like 8 months ago, I think 6 8 months ago. Before that, we had like a card, right? It was like
Yeah.
a like rotating card. It looked like like an American Express. So that was our Dark Echelon card. That was like the members pass. But basically going into exclusivity and VIP access, I'm so big on that because like I know how it feels to be able to like have certain exclusive like VIP access on certain things, and it feels good. And I know other people really like are like that's a really sought after thing for like certain people. So we wanted to offer that on Dark Echelon side. We wanted to offer that in Web3, right? So like going into like, yo, you get a bunch of fucking free shit as soon as you get in. Dude, honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I'm the founder of Dark Echelon, but I don't even know how many fucking things you get free access for as soon as you buy it, because there's just like too much shit that we constantly keep on getting. But I already know it's worth thousands and thousands of dollars worth of free shit off the bat, like instantly, right? So you can just
Mm.
buy for like an arbitrage like opportunity just to get free access to like a bunch of different shit. That
Yeah.
means tools, software, fucking job platform, subscriptions, this a million different things, right? On top of that too, you have the job opportunities in Dark Echelon. Also on top of that, you get like the free networking. Then on top of that, the wireless opportunities. Then on top of that too, now we're like integrating like pre-sale opportunities. Dude, again, I'm the founder, but I can't even tell you how many things because it's just like always new shit coming in. But again, it's just all that Web3 access is our core
Yeah.
fundamental value at Dark Echelon, right? We try not to like outbranch and like go off brand and like do too much IRL stuff because that's also what we're focusing on in our new branch. But again, everything was the core fundamental focus, Web3 access. So again, a lot of people want other things. A lot of people want fucking this and that, but we have to really focus on what we're doing and with our brand, and that's Web3
Yeah.
access. Now going into Dark Labs, we're focusing heavily on IRL access and networking, right? So when we have IRL access, that also ties into concierge. Just got off a call with a airline slash private jet concierge company like a couple hours ago. I'm fucking hyped after I got the call with them because the shit that like that's just gonna be integrated in Dark Labs, dude, it's like, bro, it's fucked. Like one flight will literally pay off for your fucking entire Dark Labs token. And again, it's a lifetime pass, and a lot of
Yeah.
people will be flying a lot. So I can't be like
Hmm.
tapping on into like the exact information, but dude, if you fly like a couple times a year, your entire like, bro, you're gonna be paying off multiple Dark Labs tokens. It's gonna be
Wait,
fucking sick.
that's actually really interesting, especially for people who are listening to Web3. Just think about the fact that there are at least 3 big NFT events every year. At least 3. There's like hundreds probably, but like there are 3 big ones. There's obviously NFT NYC. There's probably one of the ones in Miami, and then Art Basel. Actually, Art Basel is the one in Miami. Isn't
Yeah.
there another one? Isn't there like Bitcoin Miami? Like I don't know. There's like a ton of
Yeah,
these
like
different
NFT
things.
LA,
You go to
NFT New
those a lot?
York. Yeah, I actually live in Miami, so I was at Art Basel, Miami. It was a great experience. Met a lot of great people. Met like 10 different people from Dark Labs too. Met
No
some Dark Echelon
way,
holders.
dude. How was that?
Great feeling. It's an insane feeling, dude.
So cool.
Also, you have certain people come up to you, say like, "Yo, like, wow, I've been following you for so long, this and that." Like, "Yo, big fan from YouTube." It's really good. Like, it's an amazing feeling, right? And it's like, damn, like, what the fuck? That's weird. So like, I just try to be like, dude, I've met some like, again, I met a few big creators over there. I went up to them and it was just a weird experience. Like,
I love
they
how you say
didn't
that like
really
you
want
don't
to talk
have
to
like
me.
fucking thousands and thousands and thousands of followers.
I went up to certain people and like some
Who?
big
Wait, who are
celebs.
the people that you were like, oh my god, they're right there?
Bro, I don't want to.
Oh
I'll like
yeah,
tell
no,
you
actually
after.
no, yeah,
No,
yeah,
no, no.
we won't do that here.
Actually, one of them was a pretty big NFC founder that I'm like a fan of. Actually, I didn't go up to him. One of my friends that was with me went up to him, and bro, this founder just completely was like, "Oh, I can't talk to you. I have to go. Bye."
Oh
I'm like, bro,
no.
and I own thousands and thousands of dollars worth of their fucking NFT, and I'm like, damn, really? He's like that
Yeah.
to you? Like, I was next to him. I didn't say hi to the founder, but my friend was next to him. He's like, yo, bro, what's up, bro? Yo, it's such a pleasure to meet you. Founder's like, no, I have to go. Bye.
Wow.
Like it was kind of rude. And bro, this is probably the most well-known founder in the whole space. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? I own like thousands of dollars worth of your shit. And then
Most
like,
fun
bro,
founder.
like, bro, that's not nice. But I think there's like a lot of good things that a lot of people say about him. But just that one experience, I was like, that's like kind of weird, bro. Like, at least just shake his hand. Like, if you
He's
gotta
just
go,
I
just
mean,
shake the
look,
hand.
the most fun founder. I mean, I don't really remember saying that to him, but like, I mean, I must have done it. If I mean, I don't even remember being there. But
Yeah.
all right, now
Um,
you missed the boat.
I,
Never mind.
I like. Oh, fuck. Sorry about that. Again, I'm really tired.
No, yeah, I know.
I'll tell you the founder after. But yeah, I mean, it is a really surreal experience, dude. Like you
Yeah.
meet people like for example, like Ryan Carson, he's in Dark Labs. I spoke to him and it was like surreal because like the guy's super fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like even before Moonbirds ever launched, I had like several phone calls with him. I was just like asking him like advice on his life and like also like, yo, how did you guys move proof a certain way?
Yeah.
Just because I wanted to learn, and I try to learn from like all the top founders. We like try to exchange thoughts, and also I try to
Yep.
learn personally, because there's always a lot to learn from older people, from people with experience, from people who also have other successful projects. Because there's a different perspective on how everyone does their own thing, right? And
Right.
like how you reach the top is a different path for every single person reaches the top with a different path, right? So it's like, yo, let me learn about your path, so maybe I
Mhm.
can like learn a thing or two. So I'm always open to learning from everyone, and yeah, I mean like just founders and shit from the Web3 space, the people who are at the top, it's super interesting how they got there. And again, a
Yeah,
lot of
dude.
it too is based off like, yo, maybe they are good with speculation, maybe they're good with community building, but like there's also some other people that really genuinely have great fundamentals in their business model that like people really love, so they just
Yeah.
invest into them.
Who
So
who
it's
do you end up
great to learn.
who do you end up hanging out with like the most in like Web3 land? Or, like probably more virtually since like we're mostly virtual.
Yeah, so Sav from Project Gojira. Also, I was with Eric Prober, which is my partner. Also, on top of that, too, my friends from Cyberbox. Cyberbox is a project that Dark Echelon has been partnered with for like almost like 8 months now. They're a software and tool company for
Nice.
Web3. So we've been partnering with them for a while. So I actually was able to hang out with the founders, be able to like chill with them, have a great time
Yeah.
with them. They're amazing people. They're from Hungary, so they flew across like the whole world, and I
No
actually told them
way.
to fly. I'm the only reason why they're fucking here. So like they came out, and I'm like, damn, you actually fucking flew out. So now I
Let's
gotta hang out with you.
go.
But they're like, I had a great time with them. They're like amazing people. Also at some like clubs and parties and events like that. I met a lot of great founders too. So
Yeah, dude.
yeah, there's a lot of great people in the space. Everyone is obviously really nice. I don't think I've really had a bad experience with like anyone.
Yeah.
I've been to like a bunch of events. I was at the first like ever not I'm not sure if it was the first ever, but I was like at that NFT NYC in like August of 2021. Like I was like at the first
Oh,
fucking
you were
ever like
there?
bro, I was like the first one, yeah. So
Awesome.
I've been going to these events for quite a while, but most of the time in terms of if you want to like learn about Web3, you're not gonna learn about it.
Yeah.
It's more so to have fun and to like not network, but like just to have a good time with other people. If you're going there like thinking like, yo, I'm gonna shake hands and pull up in a suit and fucking it's not how it works, right?
Yeah.
You gotta fucking go to like a fun time. You gotta have a fun party or whatever, and like
Yeah.
there you meet someone, you like chat it up. Yo, let's exchange contacts, and then from there you tap on to like a Zoom call later or something
Mhm.
like that. But it's not like what people think. Like, yo, let me pull up in a fucking suit.
Yeah.
I'm professional. Like that's not how it works.
No, not us
Um,
DJs, bro. We
a
got t-shirts.
little
We
bit
got
different.
t-shirts and maybe jeans.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit different. And you know, you like never know that the fucking one guy that's wearing some basic ass t-shirt and
Yeah,
like shit like
bro.
that.
They're worth like $1 billion.
He's balling. Yeah.
That's
So
hilarious.
you
Yeah,
never
dude,
know.
that's really how it goes. I mean, dude, the interrupt events are something so different. Like if anyone's listening and hasn't been to an event, save up your money right now and try to go like as much as you can, NFT NYC especially, but like any event you can go to, the most random shit oh Jesus. Hold on. Let me swatch my camera. 1 sec. I'm gonna swap to my webcam for 2 seconds just to
Oh, your camera died?
no, it's not dying. It's just like oh wait, is it working right now?
Yeah, it's working.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm not sure what just happened. It like glitched on me.
Yeah, if anything happens,
There we go.
I'll let you know.
All right. If anything happens, it's usually my random chords. Anyways, so what I was going to say there is try to go to these events if you can because you'll meet random people in weird situations. I guess it's a little bit different because we're content creators, and we kind of can like we're like meeting up with those people. But like when I was in NFT NYC, I didn't even know. I don't know how I didn't, but I didn't know Champ at that point. I never even heard of him somehow. I'm sure I'd seen him on Twitter or his mute name somewhere. But we were like at some lunch with like Nikki G, Tom, Liam, Bento was there, like all these different YouTubers there. Didn't even realize that Champ's like at the end of our table, just like chilling eating French fries, like talking about whatever the fuck. And then like at NFT Seattle, Frederick Douglass, the guy who bought that 400 ETH Pudgy Penguin, was just chilling on the sidewalk, and I ended up talking to him for like half an hour. Didn't even realize it was him until some dude like comes out of the building. He's like Frederick, and I was like, wait, what? It's like the most random, bizarro encounters happen at these kind of events, and it's just so much fun. You don't know who you're gonna bump into. Like you're literally just gonna like fall into someone and be like, "Oh, hey," and you're like, "Hey," and then you're like, "I'm this person." You're like, "Oh, wait, I know you." And I don't know. It completely just like reinvigorates everything, especially when you get back home. You're just like so fired up to just I don't even know, just to like conquer. You know?
That is exactly a similar experience, bro. And it's an amazing feeling, but mainly too, like here's the one thing that no one gets. Like a lot of people just don't know who people are on fucking Twitter because they're face, right? So it's like
Yeah.
you gotta like really like introduce yourself. Like yo, this is me, my fucking PFP. So like there was a funny tweet that someone made. It was like some fucking really funny meme. It was like some cartoon standing in the corner of like a party, and like the guy's like on his phone, and he's like
Oh my
typing. He's
god.
like,
Yeah.
"Oh, no one knows who I am at this fucking party. Only people knew." Like mainly people don't care about how many followers you have, right? And all this type of shit and like these real life events, because
Yeah.
again, like we're like in the real world at the end of the day. These followers
Right.
don't really mean anything, but yeah, it is a great experience. And for again, you already recommended it. Definitely pull up to these events, guys,
Yeah.
and try to pull up to the bigger ones because if you pull up to like the side like sub events, the ones that are not the flagship NFT events,
Yeah.
it might not be as fun. But if you're going there, you guys have to be prepared to go to like some parties and stuff like that.
Yeah, man.
Because again, like the main event of like NFT NYC or like Art Basel, you're not gonna fucking meet anyone. You're gonna meet
Yeah.
the people at the side events. Also someone said, or I think Bryce said, or just buy a dark echelon to get free flights or something like that. Yo, I was talking about dark labs, not dark echelon. So I don't want anyone buying a dark echelon because they think that they're gonna get
Oh.
like flights and all that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Dark Labs.
that's dark labs. Just to confirm.
Appreciate the almost alpha, Bryce. Bryce
That would be crazy. That would be crazy.
You,
Yeah, that'd be fucking wicked.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So, yeah, when you're in those events, yeah, the numbers. obviously like followers in the sense of like we appreciate y'all supporting us, but like numbers wise, we don't like nobody cares about the numbers like that. And so the good thing is like in these events, for the most part, it's a very, very organic, like nice. I don't know, it's just like a nice setting. Like, how do I say this? Everyone there is like, for the most part, most people are really nervous, and you can pretty much walk up to anyone and pretty much say anything and be in a conversation in a couple of seconds. Like you're there, if there's someone alone sitting there, like they're praying to God someone walks up to them. So just walk up and just go talk to them. You never know who you're gonna meet. Like when I was at NFT Seattle too, I was watching one of the speakers, I think, and there's this girl who was sitting like just staying by herself, and I don't know, so she was like pretty. So I went and walked up to her. I told the story a couple times, and she ended up being like high up in like VaynerMedia or something. We just like ended up talking. Didn't even realize till afterwards when we connected. So like following up is super important, and just like keeping an open mind, and just try not to, like, if you start talking, just keep in mind that you might accidentally be talking to someone who you either know already and you don't realize, or they're just like, you know, I don't know, like how to say that other than that, but like you just don't know who you're gonna run into. Anyways, so I was gonna say, transitioning a little bit back into NFT land, not as much in real life land. So what surprises have you faced, I guess, in NFT land? Not just Dark Labs, Dark Echelon, but just in general surprises in NFT land.
Oh man, surprises, surprises. We love surprises. So main thing that pulls up to my head is when our Discord not got compromised, but just someone dropped a fucking, one of the mods got hacked and he dropped a link. So what ended up happening is a lot of Dark Echelon members that are not active, right? They see like, yo, Dark Echelon minting again, right? More supply, some bullshit, right?
Damn.
Some fucking hacker. So this was a big surprise because I literally fell asleep like an hour before this, and I was sleeping with my girlfriend, fucking just having a great sleep, and I get a call, right? It's like, yo, bro, what the fuck? Your server's hacked, bro. What the fuck? And this was like one of the only people who had my fucking phone number. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? Like, bro, this can't be happening. So this was when we were like at our like near all-time highs. And what ended up happening is the people who were never active in Dark Echelon were the ones who clicked on the fucking link because they're like,
no,
because again, these are like the people that are never active, bro. They don't
yeah,
know.
they didn't
The
realize.
people who are active are not dumb like that, right? So again, I say dumb because, bro, like if you literally click on that link, like I don't want to be like mean, but like that's fucking like you're dumb. Like actually, like if you click on a link that says like some dumb shit that's super obvious,
or
you
you
should
just
not be
weren't paying
connected.
attention. All right, I'm gonna stick up for all y'all. I got hacked. I lost my word of women. I clicked on a dumb link. I had a video. I was watching a video. I was editing a video. I was watching a video, and I was playing music, and I was on a phone. And I clicked on the link, didn't realize, and I was like, oh, cool. And it popped up as like mint, and I was like, great, minted it. Then I was like, mint again, and I was like, what? And I was like, wait, mint again. And I was just like,
I have a rebuttal.
no.
I have a
Oh,
rebuttal.
all right, hit me.
I have a reason why I said that, and you're about to hear it, right? It kind of caused me a little bit of bankroll damage. So going into some stuff, obviously nothing happened to me personally with my wallets, but I see like, yo, these Dark Echelon holders, there's like fucking, I don't know, like maybe fucking I think it was like 8 people, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're like, yo, fucking, I lost 3 of my Dark Echelons, what the fuck? So I'm like, yo, other guy, yo, I lost 2 Dark Echelons. I'm like, yo. So instantly I'm like, yo, team, what the fuck do we do, right?
Yeah.
They're like, Ameer, yo, like Ameer, you just gotta you gotta use your money, bro. You gotta just sweep a bunch of Dark Echelons and just give it back to all of them.
Well, no way, no way.
I'm like, bro, like this. I'm like, bro. But at the time, bro, you know, life was good, was making good amount, so I was like, bro, whatever. I sweep like fucking 80K worth of DEs, and I give it back to like all these people, and we had like 1 or 2 in the vault, company vault. So from there we had that, and then I literally spent 80 bands like fucking sweeping this shit. I sent it back to all of them, right? These people, right? This is why I'll never do this again.
Oh no.
These people, I don't even
say
think
it.
that they ever said thank you, and I think that they all sold them after. So I'm like, bro, you're kidding me. I'm never doing that again. First of all, I was doing it because that was the first time some shit like that happened, and I wanted people to know that, yo, we have your back in Dark Echelon. Like, bro,
Right.
we're here, brand first approach. We have your back, right? And
Right.
obviously that was a mistake on our end, but I had to make a disclaimer after that. I'm like, bro, after this, guys, look, we like love you guys and shit, but we can't afford to do this again. Like, it's just not good, right? So, like when it happens there, the money, like I'm being very serious too. Like the money is not the concept there. It's like,
Yeah.
yo, like whatever, money comes and goes, but it's like the concept of like the lesson that I learned. It's like, dude, just never do that again. And on top of
Yeah.
that too, it's like no one in like fucking a month from now is gonna remember that you even did that. So if you're doing that so like people can think you look good, or so people can think this and that, no one's gonna give a shit in a month. Everyone's gonna forget.
Mhm.
So if you want to do that to look good, remember guys, don't fucking do ultra nice shit to like look good. You have to do it because you actually want people to even to either fucking be happy with themselves again, or feel safe, or for some other reason besides you trying to look good, right? Don't ever try to do it to
Yeah.
look good. But yeah, that's kind of what I learned, and now I see a concept of like around the whole space. A lot of projects put disclaimers, yo, if you guys get hacked, this and that,
Yeah.
we're not compensating you. We took that approach after we did that one charitable act. But yeah, besides that, that's definitely one of my biggest surprises. Bro, I woke up fucking, just went to sleep. Was probably, I remember that day. I was probably awake for 2 days straight, and I was like, oh, I'm finally going to sleep. Let me
Yeah.
finally go to sleep. I finally go to sleep, and like 1 hour later, I get this call, and like, bro, imagine I stayed up for like another day, because I was so fucking traumatized. I'm like, bro, if I go to sleep, then something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So, bro, it was actually like no one knows this, but bro, I was traumatized for like a good like 3 months. Like I would like be very careful how I would go to sleep.
Yeah.
We developed a new plan to where the entire core team could never be asleep all at once. Bro, we literally made this rule for
Wow.
the rest of fucking time forever. We made a rule. The core team, at least one person must be awake at all times. And we had 3 people on the core team at the time, and one of them was in Australia. The rest of me and Eric were both in fucking Miami, so it was tough. But yeah, that was traumatizing as fuck. No one knows that. Never spoke about that before, but it really fucked me up like for a long time. Not because of the fact that the first bankroll of like 80K, but for the fact that like what could happen in the future.
Yeah.
Um, and I know how these hackers are. I actually spoke to the hacker, or not the hacker, the fucking phishing scammer, whatever you want to call it. I don't like to call these guys hackers because they didn't hack shit, but
Yeah.
um, they they're just social engineers. They're really good at that. I actually spoke to him. I got in touch with him somehow in a group chat, and I'm like, bro, please, bro, just give the money back, right? I thought that he would give the money back, and he's like, I'll see, whatever. Obviously, they're like not gonna give it back, but at the
Yeah.
time, I'm like emotional. I'm like, bro, give the fucking money back. I'm trying to be nice. I'm like, bro, I'll give you the best job in the world at the best cyber security company. I swear to God. And then he goes like in a really scary voice. He's like, Amir, I've been a big fan of you for a long time. I know everything about you. I'm like, bro, are you serious again? Like, what type of shit is this?
What
So
the
now I'm
fuck?
like, bro, this guy knows everything about me. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Um, and then it ended up coming to be one of the big scammers like of all time, right? It's got same guy that hacked Board at Yacht Club Twitter, Board at Yacht Club Discord,
Oh
Doodles.
shit.
That's the same guy that hacked all this shit, right? So also after this call, literally 2 minutes later, I get a fucking call from a private investigation company or DMs too. They're like, Amir, why were you on a call with this guy? Bro, I think they fucking wiretapped my fucking call with this hacker, bro.
Whoa.
Bro, some private investigation company, right? They're like, yo, why are we on a call with them? I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm not
Yeah.
involved with their fucking hacking ass. Like, yo, chill out. They were being super aggressive to me. I'm like, bro, I'm not involved with them. They're like, and I like explained everything to them. I'm like, bro, I just got on a call with him because one of my fucking members in Dark Echelon found out his username and shit. Because we have smart people in Dark Echelon. They found out exactly who it was really quick. Um, and I got on the call with this private investigation company. I'm like, bro, like, chill. I explained everything to them, and they're like, oh, okay, all good, all good. They're like, oh, we like thought we had some like major breaking story, like Amir was saying, fucking helping hackers and shit. Like they thought they had some shit, but obviously I spoke to them, everything was good, and I ended up becoming friends with these guys, this
Yeah.
private investigation company. So now whenever there's some like fishy shit in the space, they actually come to me. They're like, yo, Amir, watch out for this, watch out for that. So
Wow.
made a good friendship with those guys. Kind of tied into like the people of Zach XPT. So
Mhm.
that's some major threads. If you're involved in any bullshit, be very careful, guys. You're gonna be on fucking Zach's Twitter.
Yeah.
But yeah, that
Wow.
was a crazy story.
Bro. Oh my god. I can't even I can't get over the fact that you dropped 80K and then just lost it like basically immediately right after. That's so fucked. And that would probably leave a pretty sour taste in my mouth too if it was like my community. And it's not like you have 10,000 people in there. Like it's not a big collection, right? So like that probably hurt your fucking heart.
It was like so because like again like I'm kind of business clinician, but
Mm,
it was more so like it it wasn't too much of a sting. Like it didn't hurt me too much. It was more so like, okay, yeah, okay, not now I know. Now I know I will never do this again. And it's like at the time, like again, when money's flowing so fast at certain
Yeah,
moments of your
true.
life, like in that market, money was fucking real to me, right? Like I didn't give a shit. Money, I was
Yeah.
seeing from my account going crazy up and down. So I didn't really care too much about the bankroll. Yes, it was the bankroll, but like it
Mhm.
wasn't the biggest worry. It was more so like, wow, I like really learn a big lesson.
Yeah,
And that
dude.
was what was like the main outcome of that.
Fuck. That's wow. That's a pretty strong lesson right there. Do you
Yeah.
what do you think the main differences are between, because this is not, I guess this could happen in a normal company, but like, what do you think the biggest difference is from working in the normal world where you came from before and the Web3 land that you're operating full time in right now? And then also, are you able to move your seat over like 4 or 5 inches to the middle of the screen?
Yeah, no worries. Sorry about that.
I just saw you like scoot over. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. So
No
yeah, just
worries.
differences between the normal world, Web2 land, and the Web3 world. Because like that thing you just described, that specific thing couldn't really happen, I don't think, in a Web2 normal world, I guess, the way it happened with you.
Yeah. So there's always going to be, social engineers, no matter where you go, hackers. It literally happens everywhere. Actually, when I was working at my father's company, like, bro, it's crazy. The fucking guys in India,
Yeah.
they'll make you download certain softwares, this and that. They'll want to help you out. You have to be careful. Like, you think you're on the phone with Newegg, top level achievement success support, and they're like, "Yo, download this." Like, bro, I would think I'm on the phone with these people sometimes, and then I catch it like last second. I'm like, damn, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It actually happened with Newegg. I'm not sure if you know what Newegg is. It's like an electronic platform. It's like an e-com store where you can buy and sell like electronics. It's one of the biggest stores in the world for
Mm.
electronics. I was on the phone with like some customer success. They were like the support for like the vendor account that I was controlling. And I found out like last second they were making me download some software. It's a fucking scammer, right? And I thought I was on the phone with the real people. But like they sent me some email. They're like, "Oh, hop on the Zoom call through some email." It was a fake email, some fucking fake Newegg email, crazy shit. So like I like been trying to be like conditioned for a while, but now you're like, bro, when you're in Web3 like this, you have like a project and shit. You have a lot of people that like rely on you, bro. Your brain
Mm.
becomes so fucking strong, and like your security tactics, like your senses, are heightened. But going back into your question, someone asked me this yesterday, right? And the main thing of like a Web2 business and like a Web3 business, right, is I kind of thought about this, and it's like a really simple answer. Web3 has so many more uncontrollable factors that you have to deal with and you have to kind of adjust with,
Mm.
right? So when you're dealing in Web3, the uncontrollable factors is what makes it a lot more tough. When a person is launching a project, it's not that they have to deal with, oh, Twitter, this, that, Discord, smart contract. It's not the world's hardest thing, right? Obviously,
Yeah.
probably the hardest thing is getting the right traction with your marketing, which kind of sucks because people focus on marketing more than the product. But
Yeah.
um, mainly what you're looking at is, bro, uncontrollable factors. The fuck, if Ethereum crashes, if something happens with Twitter, if something happens with
Yeah.
this, bro, there's more uncontrollable factors than anything else, bro. Some FUD can come out about projects that are anime, and all of a sudden you have an anime project. You didn't do
Yeah.
anything wrong, but like now no one wants to buy your fucking product. So, yeah, I mean that's what I would probably point out the most. Someone asked me this the other day, so this is why it's fresh off my mind. But yeah, uncontrollable factors are a huge problem in Web3 if you really want to run a business. So that's what I would say for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, just because it's so narrative based. It's like, oh, like this is dead, it's over, and you're like, oh, okay, I guess. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
that
it's
is nuts.
crazy.
Um, so switching gears a little bit, I am curious to hear about this. I feel like someone asked this question, and then I wrote it down because I think it was someone had asked this in Discord or Twitter. Who are your role models, and are any of them in Web3, or are they all far, far away from the land of Web3?
Yeah, great. I definitely have like a long list of people that like I've been like looking up to in terms of like, what factors of my life and like what parts of my character like am I trying to build, right?
Yeah,
So in terms of like business and like, I guess you could say way of conduct, controlling myself with employees and all that stuff. Definitely like my father's huge because I was around that, having large amounts of employees, seeing how like they get fired on the spot if there's a disrespect line of,
yeah,
fucking they're having an attitude, fired instantly, right? If there's something wrong with, this, there's a way of communicating with your employee, right? Making sure that it comes off respectful, making sure too that you take care of your employees, right? Something that I took very big, that I learned from my father, for example, is, bro, these fucking warehouse employees from Cuba with no record, fucking some of these guys from jail and shit, working in the warehouse, right? So obviously it's a warehouse job, bro. These guys getting paid like 30 an hour, full length, best air conditioning, in the warehouse because my father wants these people to be good. On top of that too, bro, the environment was amazing, bro. They get free
Yeah.
meals every now and then, every other day, but we get them free smoothies and shit, bro. Like this was the best treatment. And like this was in front of me, so I couldn't come to like realization of normalcy. But bro, no one gets this type of shit in fucking Miami, bro. Like Cubans, fucking people out of jail and shit, bro. Like not that my dad was giving a charitable act to these people. He just wanted to make sure that his employees are being taken care of. One, to build
Sure.
loyalty, another to build trust, because in the warehouse business, you need to build a lot of trust because these employees
Mhm.
can just steal these phones and shit. You don't know what the fuck. They can walk out with the stuff. Obviously,
Exactly.
there's a security guard that scans everyone when they walk in and out, but like you can't track everything, right?
Right.
So it's like you got to build trust, you got to build rapport, you have to build respect with these people. So I like learn a lot about that, but mainly too is just taking care of your people, and they'll just take care of you, right? So
Agreed. Agreed.
um if people around you too see like, yo, you're like making a bunch of money and you're splurging, fucking buying Lamborghinis, doing this and that, and you're not putting work into the company, you're just taking all the funds and using them for other things, bro, the people that are working for you are not going to want to fucking work for you anymore because they just see it as like, oh, it's like Ameer's
Right.
fucking, you just keep on helping Ameer's bankroll, not the company, right? So that's something that I learned. You get to find a balance there, right? Whether
Yeah.
it's like lifestyle and this and that, and making sure that the company's taken care of. So, if you're gonna flex and try to be all big and shit on your lifestyle, if you're a founder, you better be fucking taking care of your team the same way. So,
Yeah.
that's how I kind of see it. But going into, I guess you could say, character development, because again, that's what I said. Oh no, let's stay on the business topic. Alex Hormozy, Alex Becker. Those are great people.
Oh,
Even
dude, did
some
you
other
see
younger
Alex
guys.
Becker just sold his company
Yeah,
Hyros for
Hyros.
110
Yeah,
million
saw.
fucking dollars? What a dub. What a dub.
Bro, he's a Chad. The people don't
Yeah.
understand how smart he actually is, and people
Yeah.
think that this crypto shit is the only thing in the world. I think that's a eye opener to people. Like, bro, the world's bigger than fucking crypto and NFTs. I know it's like really degenerate. We're all in this shit together, but
Yeah.
bro, there's a lot of opportunity out there, and building tech companies and these software companies, holy shit, it's insane. So
Yeah.
definitely that was an eye opener for me. I'm like, damn, bro, fuck, like world's like, it's just like a little reminder to you, like, bro, we're like nothing.
Yeah.
We're like little
Exactly.
ants over here. Like Alex Becker is the fucking giga chad among all chads, bro.
Yep.
But um, yeah, Becker's a goat for sure. I used to watch his mental advice videos,
Me
health
too,
advice
man.
videos.
Where he fucking yells at
Um,
you the whole time.
no, that's good. The thing is, people in the real world, they don't take that good, and that's why majority of people in the world
Right.
aren't winners. And the fact is that the world is not meant to have 100% winners, and not everyone can be an entrepreneur, and not everyone can be a boss, not everyone can be a tech CEO, not
It's
everyone can
true.
be a founder. This is how the world works, right? And obviously, majority of people enjoy being told what to do. Majority of people, they don't know it yet, or they don't want to admit it, or they don't want to find the truth in their heart, but majority of people taking these courses on like being their own fucking boss and all this shit, bro, majority of people like being told what to do, not having any responsibilities besides showing up to work, and that's it. Majority
Exactly.
of the world likes that, right? And people don't want to admit it. Maybe there's some like, oh, I have a Lamborghini, you can be just like me. People get distracted by that, but the fact
Yeah.
is that most people are fit on finding the highest income job possible working for someone else. That's the best
Hmm.
route for a majority of people, right? So the world of entrepreneurship is not fucking easy, right? People don't understand. And also on top of that too, when you want to scale from 100K to a mil, from a mil to 10 mil, bro, you can't be doing the same shit if you want to scale from there to there, right? The way on how you got to $10 to 100K a month is not going to be this. You're not going to be doing the same shit if you want to make a fucking mil a month, right?
Yeah.
It's not the same shit. So, people don't understand. And like, bro, the way that some of these guys that I know, these guys are making like certain amounts of money every month. Again, I have a lot of friends outside of Web3 that I've been really like avidly focusing on that because I know the world's bigger than fucking Web3, but bro, some of these guys are like insanely intelligent, and on top of that too, it's not that they're intelligent; it's that they do have the experience too. Because
Yeah.
you don't have to be the world's smartest person to be making a certain amount of money every month. It's that yes, you have access to certain information. Yes, you are relentless, and yes, you've been scaling at a reasonable rate for a long time, so you're able to get to certain rates. But yeah, I mean, again, tapping onto like the worker slash founder mentality, it's like you'll know if it's fit for you longer term, but like on a shorter term level, a lot of people just waste a lot of money on this, on like dumb shit courses, this and that,
Yeah.
because they think that they have the ability. But um I think it's always worth a try. It definitely makes these course people more rich. But
Well, there's a quote
yeah,
out there. It's that kind of basically goes on what you said. It was that people are silently begging to be led. And I remember when I read that line, I was like, damn, bro, that's fucking true. Because like even myself, like I naturally assume a leadership position. But like if I go on to like for example, like a pickup soccer game and I'm not like, if it's my first time there or something, I much rather have someone just tell me what position to play rather than me like go in and like try and be a leader when I don't know anybody. So I know it's like a natural place for a lot of people to just like, but that quote, dude, like silently begging to be led. Just like when I was kind of learning into sales, I was learning all those, reading all those books and stuff. I was like, damn, that's so fucking true for so many people, including like entrepreneurs in certain settings, you know, like sometimes you feel like being in charge and doing the things. But at some point, yeah, if you're taking all those courses and stuff, at some point, oh, Jesus. At some point,
It's good now. It's good.
oh wow.
Oh, never mind. No, yeah, it's getting
Wait,
fucked.
how
I
are
think
we?
it's fine now.
All right.
Yeah, it's fine now.
My camera's getting excited, I think. Okay, so this is a great question. So I think a ton of people are interested in this, including myself. What is your dream day in the life? And then which like your like ultimate, you know, Super Saiyan level day in the life, if every single thing you wanted was coming true, what would you be doing? And then what's your day in the life currently? And you can answer whichever one you want to go first.
Yeah, so I guess you could say like the ideal, like is this like a dream day or is like it just like an ideal day in like day in the life?
Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, you probably are somewhat living like your dream day in the life, or are you not? Like, I guess I'm not sure where you are in this
No,
point in the market kind of thing.
yeah, I kind of am, but
Oh,
I
well, just tell us.
let's okay. So I'll go into like my day in the life right now, which is like what I've always wanted. But
Yeah,
before that, let me just hop into like I guess you could say like maybe like a dream vacation or whatever. I don't
let's
know.
do it.
Maybe someone wanted that,
Let's do
but
it.
um I've been to the Amalfi Coast before, so I love Amalfi Coast. I feel like that's one of the most peaceful places on the planet. I feel like some of the most elite people that I've ever seen in my life are there, right? So my ideal day in life is in the future with let's per se my kids, right? My wife, living with a beautiful family that's well structured. There's no issues, right? My wife is a beautiful wife. I'm a great husband. We have our roles. Our kids are amazing kids. They're normal kids, right? They're not like fucking I don't know. There's some weird kids, but again, you can't control it. But again, just a normal, structured, traditional family. Let's per
Yeah,
se, right? Beautiful. Everyone's happy. Everyone has their roles in life. We go on a beautiful yacht, sipping on martinis on a mega yacht in Amalfi Coast, looking at the beautiful sunset on these mountains. That's like the ideal, peaceful,
that's so nice.
last ending resort. That would be like very ideal. I would be like, wow, I fucking made it, right?
Someone tell me
So
it's true. Someone tell me it's possible.
it's very possible. But going into my day in the life right now, I generally do wake up at around kind of any time I want, but the sleep schedule thing is pretty fucked. So
Me
it
too.
always varies. So I wake up from there. I go ahead, check up on my phone, make sure my computer, all of the messages are kind of like read through, whatever's important. Make sure that there's nothing urgent. Then from there, check what my meetings are today. Right? If there's no meetings, then I'll go ahead and try to find like a substitute what I have to do with my time.
Yeah,
One thing I'll never do is watch TV. Never watch TV. Don't play video games. None of that. So that's never a question, right? One thing is wasting time is really not on my clock. Not because someone told me it, but just I just don't feel good, bro. Like the
yeah.
fuck, I don't feel good wasting time. Um, but after that, I'll go ahead and either, go and eat some super healthy food. So I like to go to Whole Foods. I like to eat like really healthy food. This is something that's been a little bit newer into my life, but I like to eat like a lot of red meat, a lot of fruits, a lot of juices that are like plant or not plant based, but like fruit based.
Yeah.
Also too, I like to like if I'm gonna drink milk now, I'm switching. I only drink whole milk. I'm not drinking fucking oat milk or almond milk.
Bro, oh my
I
God,
grew up
whole
with
milk
that.
is so fucking good.
I grew up with the brainwashing that you have to drink oat milk, you have to drink almond milk. Bro, I'm like still pretty young, so like I kind of grew up like watching this like brainwashing and shit. Like I don't drink that at all. I just drink a lot of very organic whole shit. I don't do like a vegan bar. I don't do that. I just eat normal food, red meats. I'll eat pastas, simple carbs, rice, beans, simple shit, right? I like to eat good, like really good food. Then from there, I'll go ahead potentially see what else I have on my schedule today. One of the main things too is I like to go ahead and go to the gym. I play basketball pretty much every day. Right now, my the basketball court is being like resurfaced where I go, but I play basketball every single day. And then from there, I'll come back and take a very easily, right? Go ahead and take a shower, kind of wind down, and then I'll go ahead back to my computer again, and that's when I have my spurt of like maybe 5 hours straight on the computer, right? And then
Jeez.
you
Nice.
know, I kind of have the rest of my day there. Sometimes every now and then I'll get carried away, right? But then I
Mhm.
kind of catch myself. Maybe I get caught on like YouTube Shorts or some shit like that. But that's when I catch myself. I don't really let myself drag for too long.
Yeah.
But
He's
mainly
busy watching
that's
the Joyage Kingdom. No big deal.
exactly, guys. You know, fucking go subscribe, go and like. But yeah, that's pretty much what my day looks like. It's super chill now. Before
Mhm.
that, I used to be very hectic, but like that's what it is now. I actually just got a house here in Boca Raton a
Oh
couple
yeah.
months ago. So
Congrats.
now, thank you. So that's what it's looking like now. A lot more of a chill life. But also on top of that too, I'm able to focus a lot more. There's no distractions. So that's like my day in the life, and I just try to keep it simple, keep it balanced. But
Yeah.
besides that, yeah, just make
Dude,
sure
I think
I answer
anyone
everyone.
building, well, I mean, specifically in Web3, obviously, but like anyone who's doing anything for themselves, there's pretty much all of them across the board have a period of time, whether it could be split up, I guess, but I found a lot of people have one block where they just grind for a few hours straight. And I feel like it's just necessary. You just like, for me, it's usually late at night, which screws up my sleep schedule because I get so much done between like 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. It's so annoying how much good stuff gets done right there. And like the amount of deals I've closed between 1 and 4 a.m., the amount of
It's
like videos
true.
I've randomly thought to film and they always turn out the best. I'm like, fuck me, dude. So like it's really hard for me. But also, bro, you can't be selling yourself short on the gym. You can't be out here rugging everyone and telling everybody that all you do is basketball. All right. I've seen that curling photo. I've seen that
Bro,
photo. The gym
on
one
on
that everyone
everything,
knows
bro.
about.
No, bro, I'm being serious. I've never had like a traditional like weightlifting plan in my life. Like I've never
Mother.
like actually lifted weights before. I'll go to the gym here and there and like just lift weights, whatever, but never actually had like a traditional weightlifting plan. Right now, I'm kind of like doing okay, but uh, definitely not lifting weights.
Bro,
Yeah,
ain't
I
no
I don't.
fucking way. Hold on. Someone let this focus, camera. Camera, you gotta. All right, there we go. Look at
Bro,
the
I look
how,
I look pretty skinny like in real life because I'm like 6'4"-ish, but like if you see me in real life, I look kind of skinny, but like I can lift, bro. People don't understand. Like I
let's
can
go.
squat heavy. I can lift like a G, bro. People don't understand. But
Dude, I believe it. I believe it.
yeah, I guess I
This,
was born like that.
let's go. That's fucking awesome. I love that. Uh, Also, I have guys. If you're in the chat right now and you have any like rapid fire like AMA style questions about life, or if you want to talk about like honestly anything, just throw your questions in there. I have some here on the side that I love asking. These are just like so interesting to hear your thoughts on these things. But before I go into these rapid fire questions, I'm gonna give you guys some time to think about it. I'm gonna potentially go deep here. Potentially, I don't. It might not be deep. Like, so
Let's see it.
your dad is like a super big figure in your life. It seems like he was just like you know I'll just throw some words out there like confident, uh, powerful, that like basically confident, powerful, that kind of thing, right? So he's that kind of father figure. Did you feel like heavy pressure to perform because you've had a very very extreme amount of success at your age? You know, like that's wild to even hit that at 30 or 40 or 50 to hit that level of success is wild. And you're literally like you said early 20. Are you even 20?
I'm 19.
That's crazy. Like, do you think was there any kind of insecurity? Was there any kind of anxiety to like get this stuff done as fast as possible, or was it like a healthy like I'm just going to take over the world?
Okay. Yeah. So I don't think anyone's ever asked me this, but I actually have a really good answer, bro. The amount of fucking pressure that I felt to bro, it's insane as fuck. But the thing is too, like when you're around it, it's like a lot easier to get to those points because you
Yeah,
you can kind of see how you can get there, right? No matter what it is, like no matter what route, and also like money management's huge, bro. Like you'll literally drive yourself to fucking zero if you're like a retard with your money, bro. Like I learned like a lot about that too. Also, I learned that people who are actually rich are not flaunting and shit. And I'm still kind of going through like my own period. Like, I'm still like fucking young, trying to have fun with my money and everything. But, um, bro, I'm chilling my reserves, I guess you could say, right? But you have to like learn about all these like little things, bro. Rich people are not flexing their money out here. A lot of rich people don't got crazy cars out. Like, trust, it's like that. I've been around it since I was younger in certain meetings and all that, bro.
yeah,
It's not like that. Um, there is a certain level and point of rich when people do flaunt their wealth and all that,
yeah.
but majority at certain higher levels, at face value, you're just not going to see the wealth. You can
So
sense it
don't
and feel
sleep
it
on
and
the
smell
Honda
it.
Accords out there and the
Oh no,
Toyota Corollas.
not Honda Accords. I kind of find that awkward when people that have that much money are in a Honda Accord, and I'll tap into that in a little bit. But yeah, the amount of pressure was very large, and also on top of that too, I told myself from like day one, bro, I'm like, bro, there's no way I'm going to college. And bro,
Mm,
from the man himself, my dad's telling me, yo, college is this, like, he told me this because like he didn't want my mom to know or whatever. He's like, bro, college is a scam. You don't
wow.
have to go. Don't worry. He's like, you
Wow.
don't ever have to go. And he's like, bro, he's like almost, I think he's like 50 something. Even he's telling me this, and I'm like, wow, like that's pretty crazy. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, and bro, the amount of pressure, it was immense. But also at the same time too, one thing I think I said this before, but one of the best things, and I've also heard other people say this, one of the best ways to get to where you want to be is to have no plan B. And
Mm.
that fucking rhymes. What the fuck? But the best way to get to where you want to be is to have no plan B. If you have a plan B, you're going to compromise. You're going to compensate. You're going to fucking, oh, maybe I can do this because I have a background or I have a backdrop. No, you have to look exactly where you want to go and fucking
Mm.
aim for that. You cannot have a plan B because then you're going to be like a lot more easier on yourself, softer. Bro, it's so insane for like myself too. I told myself there's no way I'm going back. Bro,
Yeah.
I quit my job at my father's company, was getting paid a good amount, obviously. I already had a good amount of money in life. I was chilling. Didn't need to drop any, do this and that to make money to like survive or whatever. Yes, I want to make as much money as possible in Web3, but um going into Web3, my mindset was a little bit different than most because I didn't have to feed myself tomorrow with the money that I was flipping
Right.
these NFTs for. So,
Right.
bro, the amount of mind frame shift that you have to like take focus is a lot different when you know that you'll be fine, bro. I don't have
Mhm.
to flip to make money. I'll be fine. Like I'll be chilling, right? So,
Yeah.
you're able to structure your mind. You're able to think and articulate things completely differently, right? Because now you have like a set base of money, and it's like, all right, I have this. I'm chilling. Now I can think correctly, and I can think more longer term.
Right.
When you can think longer term, there's always ways that you can make more money. When you think short term, bro, you're gonna pay a price if you're trying to make money quick, fast, short term. You're gonna pay a big price, and I think a lot of people don't understand that. Like, there's energy out there, and I don't know how the fuck the world works, but that's just gonna hit back you very, very quickly if you try to make money too fast, like too quick, right? So,
Yeah.
a lot of people have to be very careful what they wish for because once they make that money too quick, too fast, too much, yeah, there's gonna be some shit in the future that hits them, or either the money's gonna hit them too quickly, or it's not gonna hit them right. And I've seen it destroy a lot of people, and I have friends in the space that were multimillionaires. Right now, they're not doing too well. So, and a
Wow.
lot of that too is because it just hit too fast, right?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think that answered your question, right?
Yeah. No, totally. I did not know where that was going to go just because, like, honestly, I've just noticed that as I've dove in deeper into YouTube and just like entrepreneur people and people who are building things for themselves, uh, a lot of them have some kind of daddy something. Sometimes it's an issue. Sometimes it's something where the father is just a big figure in their life. And
Yeah,
it's like a common trait. I think it's because we have some level of either insecurity or lacking or something where it just drives us to fulfill that potential for whatever reason. Sometimes it's positive, sometimes it's negative, but it's like a very common trait amongst YouTubers I noticed. And then again with business owners and stuff like that. It's just for some reason we just like want to, like, I don't know what it is about a son wanting their father's like approval or something, like whatever that word is. It's just really fucking powerful. And what you said just now about rolling the dice on yourself basically and no plan B, that's literally what the brand the Joyage is about. It's literally rolling the dice on yourself, taking a chance on you. I remember the day that I decided that I'm going all in. I was like working a pretty good job. I was making like $500 a night at this restaurant. It was ridiculous. And I was like, man, like this is good. And then after a while I was like, so am I just gonna like do this forever? Like what, at what point do I just like not have to do that? And I was like, I didn't understand. Like I still wasn't like fully in the entrepreneur world yet. I didn't really understand things. I was just kind of like, this isn't it. And so for a while I was doing that. And then I got this idea. I was like, you know what? Like I want to go on this journey. I want to travel in my car. I want to do travel photography, see what happened. Maybe I can do YouTube. And at this point, like Joyage was my brand. I was doing podcasts and stuff. And I was like, all right, I'm quitting my job and I'm gonna get a fucking tattoo on my hand because half the jobs I've interviewed at, they literally will just kick you out if you have tattoos on your hand. So, anyways, I got Joyage tattooed on my hand, and that was like a symbol,
oh,
mainly for me. It was just a symbol
crazy.
to be like, all right, I'm in. I can't I get like half the jobs I want to go to literally won't hire me because I have a tattoo on my hand. And it was exactly what you said. Like my back is against the wall now. And it didn't need to be. Like I was chilling. I was like living at my parents' house, making a ton of money. I was doing whatever the fuck. And I was just like, man, I'm not gonna move unless I make myself move. And dude, like that one decision, that mindset shift completely changed the way I looked at the entire world. And now every time I need to make a big change, I pretty much just accept the fact that I'm just going to suffer for a little bit. And that's just how it is. But you're right. Like you won't act. You literally won't do it until your back is against the wall. So that's super fucking powerful, people. You're never like, it's hard to like feel like you're ready to go. You just kind of like make yourself do it, and then eventually you're kind of just like, all right, here we go. But it's like a level of respect thing for like anyone who's like an entrepreneur or anyone who like takes a chance on themselves, because you know that like we all did that thing. We all went and like crossed that bridge of fear. And so massive respect for you for doing that, dude, especially because you didn't have to.
Thank you. And off of what you were saying, a concept that I want everyone to remember: hard times create strong men. Good times create weak men. That applies to companies. That applies to everything in life. Good times create weak companies. Companies will start overspending. They start overhiring. Hard times, companies start to restructure. They say, hey, we've been spending too much here, this, there. When the bull market comes back, companies are thriving. But then
Yeah.
again, it's a cycle, everything in life, right? So I think we always need hard times as men specifically, right? We need suffering. Like we like do. It's like
Yeah.
inherently something that we need to be able to come better. We need struggle. We need suffering. And when life becomes too good, you get too comfortable. But yes, you must have hard times to become a better man. You're not going to learn your lessons the fucking easy way. Like that's not really that doesn't really happen, right?
Yeah.
You have to have hard times. Someone has to fucking tell you the cold hard truth about who you actually are for you to wake up, or someone has to fucking or you have to figure out the hard way. You have to be punched in the face. You have to be pushed against the wall.
Yeah.
Something, and obviously that's metaphorically, but yeah, you must have that. And then going on to what you said about um, father figures and like I guess you could say the sons of certain fathers, depending on like what your life situation was,
Yeah.
really wanting the approval of your father, right? And I think that also goes into like I think a better way to say it, or maybe just in actual words of what it actually is a lot of times guys just want their dad to see them as like their own man who actually made it, right?
Mhm.
And that's also something that I kind of wanted, and still to this day, like my dad's pretty good at it for like pushing me. I like call him like every now and then, and he'll like ask me what's up, this and that, and I'll show him be like, yeah, like look, made this much, did this, I'm doing okay. He's like, you're a brokey. Nah, you didn't do shit.
No
You are
way.
nothing. You haven't done shit. Like bro, actually, so it's literally what he fucking tells me. But again, I already know it's really tough love, and I know that
Yeah.
he actually like really cares. But he's like, nah, it's nothing. You haven't made it. You haven't done anything yet in life.
Has he
I'm like,
ever given you that compliment though? Like that where it's like, all right, you did something good, or like good job.
oh
Has
yeah,
that
yeah,
ever
yeah.
happened? Okay, okay.
No, yeah, yeah. Like as I've like when I started to work with him a lot, like, we got like pretty close. But
Nice.
yeah, no, he's not. This was more so when I was like a little bit younger, maybe up to like 16. Bro, it was tough. Like
Yeah.
it was not the world's easiest childhood. Again, like I grew up in a good house, and again, depending on like what like the division of income bracket you grow up in, certain people like assume certain things about you. But
Mhm.
you guys have to understand, like, bro, I grew up in a Pakistani household. Like shit wasn't things weren't given to people and things like that. And also with like Islamic culture, like bro, girls are treated like a lot easier. Like girls are given whatever they want. The guy kind of like got to figure it out on his own,
Right.
right? And
Right.
that's what I kind of like about that certain type of culture. There's pros and cons to everything, but in America, I feel like that guys are really soft and fathers are really soft on a general basis from what I've seen on my personal experience. I
Yeah.
grew up in I grew up in a pretty normal suburban neighborhood. I went to a school that was very mixed with extremely ghetto people, and on top of that, too, really high level kids. I kind of saw it all. I literally went to a public school my entire life. Never went to some
Yeah.
elite bullshit. Never was like tunnel vision into something certain. Bro, I grew up in South Florida. Like no one can tell me shit. I literally saw what real life actually is, what every culture mixed together actually is. Seen it all, right? So, um, yeah, I think from there, I feel like that a lot of kids are conditioned to be too weak, and I think that it's just again what I just said earlier. Good times create weak,
Yeah.
really fucking weak, like really weak people actually, and we see what we call first world problems, right? People are
Mhm.
like, "Oh my God, I'm so depressed. Fucking I didn't get enough likes." Bro, what the fuck? We have food on our plates and we have like a fucking roof over our head, and
Yeah.
we have someone that we can call. That's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
Everything else is just secondary. Like it's all bullshit, right? We just care too much about the little things. So, mainly as I say, just have the core the core like fundamentals in your life. If you can build great relationships with your friends, like build a brotherhood, maybe get a girlfriend, things like this,
Girlfriend. What's
bro.
that?
Like, bro, you have everything in life. You know what I mean? Find a little booting, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy. Some first world problems, and I've seen people complain about some really outrageous shit, and it
Yeah.
kind of just makes me click back into my head. I'm like, damn, like I really fucking have a good, like I have a roof over my head.
Mhm.
I have I've I can eat food every night, and I have a like friends and family that are good. So
Yeah.
people forget that a lot, but man, man,
And
oh
that's
man,
something you
man,
got to practice,
fucking
dude. Like you literally have to practice that like intentionally. Like every time I walk to the gym and then go to Chipotle because I live in the city, so I just walk everywhere. Every single time without fail, every single time I walk out, the first thing that comes to my mind is like, oh God, I love this city. And I look at the buildings, I'm like, oh my God, I love everything about the city. It's so beautiful, especially at nighttime. I love walking around the city at night or zooming on those fucking scooters, bro. That's like one of my favorite hobbies, just like getting one of those electric scooters, like one of those bird scooters, and literally just zooming all around the city. It's like the best thing ever. And then to your point again about the father thing, which is interesting. Haven't really heard it put that way, but like dads being soft. I remember growing up being like so annoyed with how much my dad kept pushing me. I was just like, bro, relax, dude. Like we'd play a soccer game. I would do so well. And like the entire car ride home was like, you could have done this better. You should have done that. I'm just like, my God, man, like, can you just like not be like that? And I think with a lot of dads, sometimes it's a communication issue. Like I think they could do both. I think they could be very, very helpful in that way where they're like pushing you, pushing you, pushing you, but also be like, yo, like explain why I'm like this. Like, yo, I'm doing this because it's important. And like somehow connecting, like figuring out a way to connect where you actually get that message. But like the core message of him saying, hey, I'm doing this because I actually love you for real, and being able to actually communicate to your kid. Like imagine the power there. Like that's why I'm so big on communication and podcasting right now. Cause I'm literally like preparing for my future. I'm like, I need to be able to like communicate these things. And I don't know, like it's just really important to me because in the same way, like a family is super important to me. And it is crazy right now because we're literally living through generational slash cultural slash everything, just like waves. We're just going all this way one day and then all this way the other. We have like the Andrew Tates and all these people pushing like red pill right now. That's like, just super viral right now against like, the past, everything else that was going on. We're living through a crazy time. We're living through a very, very crazy time. And you're right. It's the people who can kind of grit through their shit. And that's probably what a lot of the people in Web3 are here. We're all kind of like doing that. And I think it's like one thing that holds us all together. It's like we're all like doing something that not a lot of people fuck with except us. And we're all just kind of making it work. And speaking of the NFT space, to completely throw us off track because this is a random Q&A stuff. What do you have a favorite NFT that you can talk about, or is this one of those things because you're an NFT founder you can't say it?
oh well, fuck, I'll talk about anything.
Do it, bro. Drop it.
Probably my favorite art. Um, dude, I'm really into like the whole branding and like IP concepts of like Pudgies, Sappies. There's like some other one that's like a panda. Here, I'll actually go on OpenSea and just like name it as I see it. I think they're like on the top
Panda.
rankings, but um, it's like a bunch of DeFi people in there. Oh, Campai pandas, bro. Like these IPs, I fucking love them, dude. And like Pudgies is super cool. Sappies is super cool, and it's just something that you can look at. It's like, okay, like, bro, they didn't overthink what they built here. They didn't like go outrageous, and it's simple and it just works, and it's just
Yeah.
like cute, and bro, it's just like so adoptable. It's so expandable and it's so scalable because, bro, fucking, how do you not like the art's fire? So, those are some projects that I like.
Yeah.
If I, where I'm not a founder, if I could rock a PFP, would probably rock a Pudgy.
Yeah, dude, Logan S has been crushing it too. As far as personal branding and going on doing the right things you should be doing as a founder, they're crushing it right now, dude. Do you okay? Actually,
Yeah.
now that you said that, like some of your favorite NFTs, do you remember your first one that you bought?
It was like a tiger. I think that might have been my first one. It was just art based, so there was like no use case or whatever. And again, it was like not a collection drop,
Mhm.
but I just saw it. I'm like, this looks cool, and I actually bought it for. I think I bought it for the art, if I'm not wrong. I
Mhm.
bought it because it just looked good. I didn't buy it to flip it. I didn't buy it because I wanted to like fucking make a $1 profit.
Yeah.
Bro, the art just looked fire, and I'm like, bro, this is something that I would like to have in my wallet.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's kind of where I started. But then shortly after that, I started like flipping and all this shit like that. But
Yeah.
the mindset of buying art because it looks fire, it's dope as fuck, and I really love
Same.
it. But a lot of people can lose a lot of money from it. But depending on who you are and like what your
Right.
financial status is, I know a lot of higher level people, they don't really give a shit. They just buy the art because it looks cool, which is great. But there's certain people who don't have that pleasure. But overall, I think buying art because it looks dope is fucking it's fire.
Yeah, the
And I'm kind
utility
of in
for
that
me
mind
for a
frame
lot
now.
of projects is literally just like I for some reason just love knowing the fact that I have it and I just own it. Like, I have a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh cards behind me that are just sitting in a fucking little box that I touch every like 7 months. But like every time I do, I'm like, man, I am so glad I still own these. And like the thought of like burning those or throwing them away, like I would die before I did that. Like for some reason, they're just people who are like inherently collectors, which makes the space so interesting just because there's so many different people. And then, okay, got a few last questions here, rapid fire style. Well, they can't be, they don't have to be. Do you have any conspiracies that you're like bought into where you're like, bro, that's facts, low key?
Oh, this can get controversial, but
Do it.
um,
Let's cancel this
yeah,
project right before Dark Labs. Let's get canceled. Let's do it.
bro. The thing is that I've been super like honest and open about everything for so long that like no one can cancel me, right? The thing is that from what I've seen about certain people, like on big socials that are like super open and honest, that are like anti-cancelable, they're at that rate because they were just honest from the start, and they weren't
Mm,
trying to like please anyone. So that's what I really try to adopt from like early on. I'm like, bro, look, I grew up, and the way I grew up was like, you stick strong to your beliefs, and if you don't believe in anything, then fucking you don't stand for shit. If you don't stand for shit, you'll fall for anything. You're a pussy, right? And I never want to be that, right? So, um, I'll tell anyone to their face. I'll call them out. I'll stand strong on my beliefs, and on top of that too, that comes into being a leader. I would never want to ever look up or invest in anyone that's foldable or their fucking beliefs are easily bendable.
right.
I don't like that. What I do like is someone that's open to conversation, someone that's open to like hearing thoughts and maybe changing their thoughts because they heard a better conversation. Now they'll change their fucking thoughts. But I think the world promotes to not be fucking conversational now. But
Yeah.
going into some conspiracies. Um,
Sorry, I'm like getting excited. Like a whole ass smile just broke on my face. I was like, here we go. Here we go.
bro, I have some pretty crazy ones. Maybe
Uh,
some are too outlandish, but I'm not really a conspiracy guy. I'm gonna just put it out there. Um, but I am a thinker, so probably. uh,
oh shit.
well, probably one of the main ones is obviously like media like manipulation with like the whole media and everything like that.
Sure.
I've been in certain things in my life where I've seen how media twists certain shit. Like I've been in some pretty big events in my life,
Hmm.
bro. The media, holy shit, the way that they lie to the world, they don't give a fuck, right? On top of that too, mass agendas and all that things and things like that, right? Um,
Big
the mass
2020.
the mass media mass agenda, bro,
Yeah.
literally almost everything you see around you and everything you look at, you go in a grocery store, you go on TV, you fucking look at your phone, everything is there, and it's actually the opposite of what it's supposed to be, and it's fucking fake, and it's a lie, and it's a fucking propagated piece of shit in front of your face. So that's why I've been so big on thinking for myself and like standing strong on my beliefs. And I think like I'm not the most religious guy, but religion does
Mhm.
speak on that. And that's why like I'm starting to be like, yo, I'm not religious, but the world needs more like God believers now more than ever, right? And like, bro, the Western world and all this shit. Remember, I went to public school recently, right? So I can see it more than like certain adults that speak against this fucking shit. Bro, I'm not gonna say it, but bro, I had teachers in class promoting on normal kids to be a certain fucking sexuality,
Yeah.
right? It's like, again, be whatever you want. Bro, I have the utmost of respect for fucking everyone. I have gay friends. I have all this shit that I would literally take care of. I'll die for. Only thing is that when you push it on kids that still haven't really figured out what they want to do with their life, that I do not agree with. And again, anyone can think of whatever they want for themselves. But on a personal level, I do not agree pushing people to try to be certain different sexualities and all this shit when they're young. When they grow older, when they become an adult, they can make their own informed decision, whatever they want, and I will completely respect it. But if you're coming to me trying to like hit on me and shit like that, nah, fuck off. But yeah. Besides that, I'm all for people being whatever they want. But in terms of people trying to touch me, trying to like flirt with me and things like that, I'll just straight up tell them like, look, I'm not interested. Just please fuck off. But yeah. Besides that, growing up and being in a public school not too long ago, right, bro, it's really bad what they push, and I think that teachers and shit like that should actually be arrested for that shit. And again, people have their own beliefs and thoughts. I don't give a shit what people think about me for saying that. If you're pushing certain things like this on little kids, you should be actually like there has to be some type of punishment for this shit actually. And when you go into like Middle Eastern countries and like Arab countries, this type of shit is not tolerated, but they do have utmost respect for everybody that comes in their countries, but they don't tolerate certain shit openly, right? So, let's per se in Saudi, right? You can't be making out with your girl in public and shit, right? Um, this is completely respectable. In Qatar, you can't be making out with your girlfriend and shit. Now we see on the World Cup, everyone's like, bro, what the fuck? Like, why are they not allowing this? Bro, that's that country's own beliefs. We cannot bring our American beliefs into a different country and expect the whole world to adjust to our beliefs. When you go into a different country, you better fucking respect what their beliefs are. And if you don't, you're gonna get arrested, right? Like the whole Brittany Griner shit, bro. I'm gonna be dead ass. I think she should have stayed in that fucking jail in Russia, bro. What has she done for the U.S.? And that's my personal thoughts. What has she done for the U.S., right? They should have, bro. They literally exchanged some fucking Russian warlord, some fucking war crime genius, bro. They should have at least taken out some like Navy SEAL or some shit that's stuck in Russia and like some Russian jail that like actually did something for the U.S. But instead they bring out Brittany Griner. And what is she gonna do? She's gonna go on social media, say, oh, I'm smoking weed. Like,
Wait,
bro, what the
I
fuck?
thought I'm pretty sure she's still in jail, isn't she?
I don't know, but I think I saw some videos of her maybe getting out. But again, I'm not like super into that right now. I just saw
Yeah.
some things on social media. All social media is bullshit, so I could be wrong. But besides that, bro, like that's like the worst shit ever. And in terms of like the government using their power to take out some random ass basketball player, like because they were
Wait,
smoking
what?
weed,
Oh,
bro,
oh,
because they
oh,
were
oh.
smoking weed,
Right.
bro, they're smoking weed in a country, right? They broke the rules of that country, right? She didn't respect their fucking laws, and she got consequented for that, right? So it's like we're putting this thing out there, like, oh, it's okay to like break rules in other countries and shit like that,
Mm.
bro. Like you gotta respect when you go to certain countries, you have to respect their rules, and obviously on top of that too, if you have a problem with that, all right, fucking deal with the consequences. But I'm really not for like Americans going into different countries and like just completely being super obnoxious and like just breaking all the rules and thinking that they're the shit because they're American. It's not how the
Yeah.
world works. And I've
I
been to
almost
like
I almost
over.
went and like lived in Japan to work, and I remember when I was looking at some of the rules for drugs, like you will literally go to prison and never be like you're kicked out of the country forever if you even get like caught with like a tiny bit of weed. And I remember being like, damn, I guess I'm just not gonna smoke weed. Like I was just not gonna play that game. Like it's not, especially if I got caught. It's like I can't even get mad. It's like the rules are right there.
The rules are the rules, bro, and that's how these countries work. And again, if you don't want to live there, just don't live there, right? But what was I gonna say? I've been
You
to
said,
like
yeah,
over like 25, 30, maybe 35 countries. I don't even, I've been to a lot. I've been all over the world, right? I've been to the poorest countries on the entire planet. I've been to the most dangerous countries on the entire planet. When you're in a different country, you play by their rules. It's not your fucking rules. So,
mm,
that's just kind of how it works, bro. I've literally been to fucking Honduras, been to the slums of fucking Karachi and Pakistan, been many different places in South America that are extremely scary, Central America, different places in
yeah,
Asia. It's not funny games, bro. People
dude,
think it's all fun and games.
what are you doing over there?
So in South America for business with my father, I was just trying to learn. So I came along with
Got it.
him. Obviously there's, we're like when we pull up, it's like we're protected in certain ways. We're meeting up with certain people.
Right.
You get treated a certain way. But when you drive through the car, through the
Sure.
city, this and that. I remember we went to the mall to go, some mall in, I think it was Honduras, to go check out the for Plum Mobile, his other company. We were going to check the supply in the stores. There was a Plum Mobile store, right? So it was super cool. Like, bro, what the fuck? Like my dad's company have
That's
stores for this
awesome.
shit in South America. So we went in the store, and I'm like in there. I'm like my dad's in there. He's just not even telling anyone. He's the fucking founder of the company, owns the company.
Wait, that's
Just sitting
actually
there.
fucking that's wacky.
Yeah, he's just sitting there. He's just like chilling, right? And like he's like he was like testing it out to see how the process works. He's just buying a phone in there to see how the employees act and all that. So it was pretty funny. And like he obviously he doesn't know who the fuck these people are. He's never been to this country before. So he's like seeing his employees that he's never met. There's like 20 people working in there. It's funny, but um yeah, when you're like in the mall, for example, you gotta be really fucking careful. Like,
Yeah.
can't wear Nike, can't wear nothing. Gotta go no name brand.
Yeah.
Gotta have security team with you. All this. So, rolling in different countries, you gotta learn their rules, and that's simply it. If you're gonna be thinking like you're still in America, you're gonna get fucking shot, killed, robbed, jail, something, right? So you gotta be careful.
Damn, dude. Damn. What's interesting? Now that you brought up like international travel and like different countries and stuff, like I assume you've heard of Andrew Tate, the bald dude who goes around and
Oh yeah, yeah.
visits and
He's
stuff,
he's
right?
he's
So
super cool. Yeah, yeah, of course.
yeah, so one thing that he said that was really interesting is that he was like or someone asked him, they're like, where would you live in the States? Like, which state would you move to? Like Miami, like LA, where would you go? And he was like, fuck all of the states. He was, I never would live in the United States. Like, there's no chance I would live there. What are your thoughts on that? Because you've traveled internationally a lot. Would you pick the United States? Would this be your first thought? Is that why you're here? Or is there another place that you think is better? Like, what do you think about that statement, basically?
Yeah, no, that's really good. So some of my friends actually been recently moving to Dubai. One of the guys that I know, Iman, he moved to Dubai pretty like a year and a half ago or something like that.
Mhm.
Um, a lot of people too that I know in the U.S. have either been moving to Scottsdale, which again, there's that and that for that, but Scottsdale, Miami, and I mean anywhere else in South Florida. I mean, I don't really know where anyone else is moving. People are moving away from New York. People are moving away from LA.
Mhm.
So there's reasons behind that. Obviously, the culture itself is not the best. On top of that, too, there's certain political agendas that are pushing these certain places. On top of that, too, they don't treat rich people good. So again, I'm mainly referring to like the people that I know, people that obviously have a higher net worth. So these people are moving into certain places, and obviously, where the money flows, people flow. So eventually, people will flow into these certain places.
Mhm.
Eventually, right? Normal people, obviously, like lower poverty, lower income housing. These people can't really move, and that's where they get trapped in the system. Then they get
Mhm.
fucked by taxes, this and that.
Yeah.
They get fucked by the whole system. So they're they just get fucked. And again, that's just how the world works, right? The world works in these ways, and you can't control it.
Mhm.
So you have to obviously worry about yourself, worry about your family, worry about the ones that you love. That's what your main concern should always be, right? So, um, looking at that, I've been everywhere in the U.S. too. I've been to like I think 30, 40 plus states. I think I've been to I'm almost hitting every state.
Been to
Um,
Washington State?
I think I have, dude.
Let's
I
go.
actually have a map at my old house that I used to live at. There's like a map and we have pins for every single place that we've been with my family. So um bro, I think we've been to like almost like over half the states, like probably 30, 40, I don't even know.
Oh
And
yeah.
then all the countries, there's like over 30 countries, 25, something like that. So that's where I'm able to like keep number and track of like how many places I've been to. But I've been to like every state again, so I could speak of the US. I think Miami's probably like one of the best places. If not, if you want to live in a more rural area, if you want to like live with the family, raise a family outside of the city so they're not like congested by the city life. I think Florida has a lot of great options, but Miami itself does treat higher income individuals a little bit better, mainly referring to the Brickell area, which is where I would preferably move, even though it's probably the most expensive area to live in
Yeah.
terms of where a younger guy would kind of move. Again, there's areas in Miami that are way more expensive that older people live, but again, it's like I wouldn't move there anyways. Like there's just old people that live there. So
Yeah.
Brickell is probably the hot spot. It's called like the tech and finance district of Miami. Going into other places in the Middle East, Dubai is a great option. And obviously, we look at like the numbers and demographic. Majority of millionaires are moving to Dubai when we look at a year-to-year perspective. More millionaires are moving to Dubai than anywhere else. I think in terms of
Wow.
numbers, um, obviously looking at population to like millionaire ratio, I think Dubai's the most. I'm not sure about US because US has way bigger population than UAE. So I'm not sure the exact number, but to population to millionaire ratio, it's more and more people ever moving to the UAE. This is something that obviously has to do with the culture, right? With Islamic law. On top of that, too, we have the way that they have zero taxes, the way that they treat people, the way that they protect their millionaires and their billionaires. These are things that people with a higher income are super enticed for, right?
Yeah.
One thing that Dubai also does that is kind of fucked. They kind of like protect scammers, which is kind of messed up. All the
Oh,
crypto and NFT
really?
scammers move there.
Oh,
They're not like protecting scammers, but like
sure.
there's so much protection for these guys that are crypto millionaires and shit like
Yeah.
that they're protected there. So there's
Interesting.
a huge hub for scammers and grifters and shit like that in Dubai, which is obviously why you see so many ruggers and shit like that from Dubai.
Mhm.
But mainly going in that, my experiences in Dubai, I've been there like 5 times. So my experiences in Dubai so far have been you can live there, but I think over time, year to year, like bro, you're gonna eventually get bored. There's only so much you can do in Dubai. So if you're a person that's equipped to travel a lot, that's great. So have your residence in Dubai, but on top of that too, bro, like there's only so much you can do. It's an artificial city, fake
Yeah.
fucking humidity, fake water. It's a desert, right? So you have to be ready to travel. You have to have time to travel. If you're just in Dubai, you're gonna get bored. If you
Yeah.
like to go out and shit. If you're just a person who likes to stay on your laptop all day, then it doesn't matter anyway. You can move
Mhm.
anywhere. But yeah, Dubai is a great place, and the people are extremely protected. With the force of Islam itself, people will never fucking break the law. There's no crime.
Yeah.
If there is crime, huge consequences. You could pull up. literally leave your watch on your beach towel at the fucking beach, leave a fucking $500,000 fucking richer mill, nothing will happen. On my life, nothing will fucking happen. Literally,
That's
like on,
crazy, dude. I
bro,
believe it. I
literally
believe it, but like that's
put on
crazy.
anything. You can leave bro, you can leave fucking cash. Swear to God, nothing will fucking happen.
Yeah, it's
You
like that in
can,
Japan. I'm half Japanese, and I've been there. It's pretty much. I mean, I don't know
oh, for
about a
real?
Rolex or something like that. Yeah, I'm half Japanese, but like I've been in Japan a bunch of
Damn,
times,
sick.
and like you can leave like a phone. You can leave a phone like on the fucking in a cart in a shopping cart in a mall, and like no one's gonna touch it. They're just gonna leave it there because they're like it's not my problem. I don't want to get in trouble. So that's really interesting though.
Bro, I'm a Dubai like maxi. I like really support what they're doing, and in terms of culture shift, what I said about how Americans try to bring their culture out like everywhere, and I think there's a word I fucking learned this word when I was younger. I think it's like a disassimilate. I forgot what it was, but it's like when culture gets distributed and like kind of fizzles out. Forgot what the word
Mm,
was, but um when you have culture and when too many people come together into like a melting pot like South Florida, there's eventually no more culture. Now it's just like a shit show, right? Girls fucking, twerking and shit. Guys just doing ungodly things, like just fucked up shit, right?
yeah,
So when you go into countries like Dubai, right, you're gonna see many different cultures. You're gonna see white people, you're gonna see black people, you're gonna see freaking Middle Eastern people, you're gonna see fucking Hispanic people everywhere, right? It's a melting pot. But in terms of culture is still very strong there. And in terms of like when the prayer goes on, right? Bro, people get out of their car in the middle of the street in their fucking Lamborghini Aventador. They'll get out of their car, leave the door completely open, leave the car on, go to the mosque super quick, pray, and come back. And their car's in the middle of the
yeah.
street. So that's how safe it is.
In the middle of the street.
Swear to God. But also on top of that too, there's not a lot of mosque in the main like middle of Dubai. There's old Dubai that's like right next to the main Dubai, which is like literally like a few minutes away. That's where a lot of more like mosques are. So that's where you'll see people like literally getting out of the car. The entire street has to wait. So these people get out of their car, run to the mosque super quick, pray for like whatever 10 minutes, come back. All the cars are on in the street. No one's in their car. Everyone ran to the mosque super quick. So again, like
Wow,
that's just how kind of works over there. It's super
that's
dope. This
dope.
works like this in like every Muslim country.
Yeah,
Obviously like this is a remember we're talking about like a religion where people believe in this shit more than I think any other religion. Like there's more people that are like die hard for like what they believe in Islam than like what anything else that I've ever seen. So these people they like really stick to what they believe in, and I it's super respectable. But these people stick to what they believe in. Their majority they believe in like pretty good shit, but um yeah, it's like an amazing thing to see. And no matter what religion it is, I live in a place where there's many different religions. I respect the fuck out of anyone who at least stands strong in what they believe in. Like what I said earlier, if you literally stand for nothing, you're just a pussy, right?
yeah.
Like you'll just fall for anything. You'll be like just be like you'll listen to anything, believe anything. Fucking someone will tell you something, you'll do it because you don't believe in anything. Um, that's not good. That's like really bad actually. Like you're actually hurting yourself inside. You have
Yeah.
to believe in something, and whether it's wrong or right, it does not matter. You have to believe in it strong, and you must believe in it very fucking like you gotta fucking really think that like that's what you believe in. And the thing is too, if someone wants to have a conversation with you and tell you, yo, that's not right, you kind of also gotta be open to like have a conversation. You can still believe in what you believe in, but if someone has
Mhm.
good points, bro, like you gotta kind of listen, right? People have good points. There's always good arguments, good rebuttals. I just think having an open ear is really important. But yeah, Dubai is definitely at the top of my list for if I were to move somewhere else. Would definitely move there. It's either Dubai or Miami. No in betweens. Would never move to California.
What's
That's
you got any
sad.
like any like favorite food chains or restaurants in Florida and Dubai?
Yeah. So Florida, main off the bat, I think people would know. Fuck, I haven't been there in a while actually. Pollo Tropical. So it's basically like Caribbean food, super
Okay.
healthy. It's just super basic, grilled chicken, rice, and beans. That's all it is, right?
Love it.
I get that, but the thing is that their chicken is like I don't know what it is. They just grill it the right way. It's fire. So that's my best food chain where you can like go in a drive-through and get the food
Yeah.
fast.
Hell
Besides
yeah.
that, I don't go to fast food. But yeah, that would probably be it. Yeah, that's it, bro. Literally, when I used to work for my father, I would, bro, literally every day would leave the office, just go there, like $10 meal. Again, it
Yep.
wasn't about the money. It was just like, bro, the food is better than like $100 meal. Like,
Yeah.
it's better than a fucking fillet. Like, actually, it's that good, and you're getting all the, you're getting your carbs, you're getting your protein. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, so that would probably be the
Dude,
best place
mine is
in the
probably
whole world.
Chipotle here in Seattle. It's so easy, it's so convenient. It's literally I go every single fucking day. Every single day. It's like a ritual. It's the best day, like best part of my day is like, fuck yeah, let's go. Like I go to the gym and then I grab my Chipotle on the way back. And I basically eat that one meal because it's like a huge meal, obviously. And then I just like snack around the rest of the day. I pretty much just intermittent fasting until I eat. And that saves me so much time, dude. I don't cook. I don't have to clean. I don't have to store food. I don't have to go to the grocery store. Like it cut out so much fucking time and mental energy because I don't particularly care for like the eating and cooking thing for me. Like that's not a big deal. It's almost inconvenient when I get hungry. I'm just like, ugh, how do I get not hungry as fast as possible so I can get back to what I was doing? That's kind of how I look at it. How about in Dubai though? Is there any crazy shit that happens in Dubai? Like I've never been there, so like
Yeah,
food
so
wise.
I've never gone there for the concept of like going nuts, like going to fucking throw money at the club. Like never gone there for that concept. Usually went there whether for business or just like a family trip, something like that, right? So I've had a pretty modest experience there, but overall, I guess you could say you're gonna see a lot of, flashy stuff. One thing I would say too, going back to the flashy stuff, bro, I literally live in South Florida.
Yeah,
Like you can't get any flashier than that, bro. So going to Dubai, not a lot wows me because I've already seen it all here.
sure.
Um, bro, you see the Bugattis here. I literally see a fucking $1 million car like every other day, right? Like an SVJ, Bugatti, fucking Ferrari SF90 maxed out, Liberty wide body kit, some crazy shit. So um, I even see people. The certain gym that I go to is like almost basically like a millionaires only gym. Like it's called Lifetime, but it's in a certain area of Boca Raton where it's only millionaires and like people that are extremely wealthy. And obviously there's a lot of like a whole younger scene of like crypto ecom guys too. Bro,
Mm,
everyone's rocking a fucking 50K plus watch if they have a watch at all in the fucking
Jesus.
gym. You shouldn't be wearing a watch in the gym.
Yeah.
If they are wearing a watch though, bro, they're fucking rocking some crazy shit. Everyone's pulling up in Ferraris, Lamborghinis,
Oh
like
my god.
AMGs at my gym, bro. I'll fucking send you a video, bro. I go to my gym. Every time I just take a video, I'm like, bro, this is so fire. And I park my car, like I'll park my car
That's
like next to
fucking
like
wild.
another M. I'll park my car next to like an S63. Take a picture. It looks fire. But
Let's
yeah, so
go.
that's what I'm kind of around where I live. But yeah, Dubai definitely has some crazy flashy shit. Mainly the buildings are amazing to look at. On
Mm,
top of that too, the experiences are great. If you were a tourist, basic tourist, what you would probably do is you would go to the desert, get the great ATV tour. You'd go on some camels. You'd go, on a dune buggy, go do some crazy shit. On top of that too, you'd probably go to the nice restaurants. There's some cool attractions. You look at the Burj Khalifa at night. There's like a light show. Um, but yeah, I think besides that, um, yeah, I mean, there's like an indoor, like the mall is really fucking sick.
yeah.
There's the indoor skiing. But yeah, besides that, there's on a tourist level, there's a lot to do depending on who you know.
Mm.
And if you're just if you have a lot of money but you don't know anyone in Dubai, you'll have a great time. But like if you know the elites in Dubai, you're gonna be having a stupid fun time. Um, so yeah, just depending on who you know. But yeah, besides that, you got to pull up with some type of money. You can't be pulling up
Yeah.
there, with like $500. You got to pull up there with a good amount because it's a little bit more expensive there, for sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I had one of my dad's best friends. His brother is just like this ultra fuck. He's like a trillionaire, and he was like, "Yo, bro, just come to Dubai for like a day." He's like, "I will change your life." And I can't
Uh,
even say on the podcast, just like the wildest shit where I'm like, "Oh my fucking god!" And he was like, "I don't know." It's just yeah, I've heard some wild stories about Dubai.
it's
So
crazy.
yeah, yeah, it's wild stuff. Okay, final couple questions. There's one question here I saw in the chat a second ago. He said, "What's your number one?" Where is it? Picasso. What is your number one hurdle that you faced trying to get the attention of not only the market, or getting people to buy into what you had, basically market versus just the community as well? Like, what were the hurdles you had?
Yeah, so I'm not gonna sit here and say like we went through some crazy hard shit because in terms of the marketing side, like we were always pretty good at that. I had a funnel with my own Twitter to Dark Echelon Twitter. We
Mhm.
used that following. We kind of paralleled it at some point. We would constantly tweet back. And then on top of that too, we built like so many accounts past 100K that we have access to that are correlated back with the Dark Echelon ecosystem
Mm,
that we were just like obviously using these accounts to help us out with building the marketing and all that. But mainly looking at things, you have to separate yourself in terms of what people are seeing. If people are seeing the same shit, you gotta maybe do something similar, but now just twist it a little bit, and then from there you have something different in people's eyes. They might
Right.
want to engage with it more. So getting the community engaged is more so how do you say this? Getting the community engaged is not the hardest thing in the world, right? Once you kind of get the concepts of it, right? Once you get the idea of like, okay, we gotta like do this, but like do it like a little bit different. It's working. This is working. The community is working with this. This is trending. Now we gotta kind of twist it. But also on top of that too, you have to like kind of stay on brand. Like you can't just go off brand for some like random shit. So
Yeah.
there's those hurdles, but yeah, mainly I guess you could say on a community building centric, the biggest hurdle is just getting those first couple months, like getting really like getting everyone like die hard for like you and your ecosystem via transparency, via really showing them who you are. Like, bro, I put like my fucking address out there. Like, bro, I live in Boca Raton, Florida. Bro, like
Put your address
you
out
can
there?
search. Bro, my address is public. I didn't like put it out there, but like where I used to live, my home address was fucking public, bro. And I was never scared of it, right? But
Okay.
yeah, I currently do sleep with the weapon every single night. So I'm chilling.
Everybody stay
Uh
away, everyone.
that shit is loaded too, so no one,
Oh my
hopefully
God.
no one pulls up. But yeah, besides that, yeah, mainly it's like you just can't be doing the same shit as everyone else. If you
Yeah.
do the same shit as everyone else, guess what? You're gonna get the same result as everyone else.
And that's a
Maybe
whole lot
even
of
worse,
nothing.
because yeah, maybe even worse because it's just diluted at that point. People have
Hmm.
already seen it. So yeah, just you gotta just constantly just think of new shit. And also on top of that too, it's not some, oh my god, it's so hard. It's not like that, right? It's just you just gotta figure out something new, right?
Yeah.
People overcomplicate shit. Also your mindset, how you approach it, right? It's just the best way to frame it is, okay, no worries. This is not working anymore. Let's just change it up a little bit. Let's just figure out something new. That's all. That's all it is. Some people go, oh
Yeah.
my god, it's not working, bro. There's no need to complain. It's just simple. Just change it a little bit, and you'll
Well,
be
it's
fine.
also kind of related to when you decide to roll the dice on yourself. It's like a similar idea with like, so one of the reasons I think that I've been able to connect with some of the cool people, even like yourself, in the space, even though I don't have hundreds of thousands of followers and stuff, is because I operate knowing I'm gonna win anyway. Like regardless of any collab I get, regardless of any connection I get, or anything, I'm still gonna win. And I think the projects that succeeded are the ones with founders and teams that had that same aura and that same vibe around them. It's not something you it's just something that you have, and either you build it or you just have it. You're born with it, whatever. But those people where you look at them and you're like, yeah, he's gonna win. Like when you look at Nets when he talks, you're like, yeah, I'll put my money on him. That'll work, you know. And the thing is like he's gonna win without your money. So like that, when you find someone like that, and if you're able to kind of like have that, I don't even know, aura presence about you, I think that's super powerful because it allows people to kind of look past the things that they can't look past for people who don't have that kind of presence, you know?
You know, you're completely correct about that. Going onto Luca Nets, that guy is a G, right? So people don't actually know, and like I don't know if this is still concurrently going on right now, and I don't want to speak for him, but bro, he has an econ brand right now. It's like killing it, and not a lot of people
Yeah.
know about it, but he's doing multiple things at once and just completely crushing it, and like everything that he does.
He's a
Um,
monster, dude. Like he's like one of the top dudes in that like world of like ecom dudes. He's up there, you know, which is really, really cool.
yeah, and I don't think that he has a course either, so he's just actually killing it.
Yeah, no,
So
he talks about that. He was like, "Yeah, I was CMO at this company. We took them to this much money." And you're like, "Okay, like you actually can do the things because like you're actually selling something and you're actually generating money. That's very different from just selling courses, you know."
no, and I think he's already made his money back from the Pudgy acquisition too.
I
So
believe
I
it.
think he's chilling. Yeah,
I believe it. I
it's
believe it. Yeah, we'll
crazy.
have to get him on like a. I've been wanting to do like a round table. I'm trying to figure out like how and who, but to do a round table with a bunch of entrepreneurs. I know me and Luca have been trying to schedule a podcast for the past fucking few months. Honestly, he's just gotten busy and he's been on a podcast tour too. So at some point we'll get him on. But a round table would be so sick with some of the project founders and builders in the space, just to kind of like throw ideas around, kind of like how Champ and K Money with K
Yeah,
Money and who
they
else
have a
was it?
podcast.
Yeah, it was him and Luca and who the fuck
D
am I thinking
Gods
of?
guy,
Yeah,
Frank.
Frank, duh. Yeah, Frank. They kind of had basically a round table. They talked the whole time just about whatever. And it's just interesting to like listen on that, especially for people who are really, really at the beginning of an entrepreneurial journey, just to hear how people are talking to adopt their mindset a little bit, to change the way they think is just so helpful. And so, yeah, people like him are just awesome to watch and kind of just like see how they move. And we got a couple of good questions here. Sugar Ray Robson, in regards to your last question about the in real life discount benefits, things like that for Dark Labs, we did answer that a little bit in the beginning. Do you want to give like a quick synopsis on that? I don't know if you want to hit on that again.
Yeah, yeah. So with Dark Labs, obviously what we focus on is like IRL access, right? So as concierge is something that we're going to be implementing later on, not off the bat, because we want to like nail it on the head when we do it. But discounts and like IRL discounts, depending on what you're doing, bro, travel is exactly what we're focusing on, right? Because when you're traveling and you're not in your hometown, you still want to feel like you're the VIP. You still want to feel like that you're the man. You still want to get that access, whether you want to
Yeah.
feel like whatever you want to feel like. You need to have that access to be able to enjoy what you're doing, right? So depending on what your bankroll is, you're going to be saving money on travel, yes. And I'm not going to go directly into what it is. We spoke about airlines and all this earlier, private jets, all that. Depending on if you can fly, if you can afford $15,000 private jet on for a 2-hour flight from Miami to New York, if you can afford that, we got it, right? But yeah, it's really like I'm just mad excited. Like we have so much concierge companies reaching out to us too because they see like what we're doing. So
Right.
we've been getting on a lot of calls. But mainly too, we're gonna be focusing on uh I guess you could say demographically specific locations for concierge, not worldwide concierge companies, but like Miami concierge specific company, Dubai concierge specific company, Singapore specific concierge company. Because if we were to go with the worldwide company, bro, these companies don't have direct access to like whatever the fuck that they want in Miami, right? A
Yeah.
Miami
Yeah.
specific concierge company,
The
they
best
have
stuff.
everything in Miami. So that's what we're focusing on, and obviously too, we can't tap into every city in the world, but main thing too is we just look at our main demographic. All right, who's in dark labs? Let's hit every single city that our majority audience is in, and that's pretty much it. If there's like one guy in this one little small ass city, bro, I'm not gonna get some concierge for them. If they want to travel, they'll have
Right.
concierge. But if they're in their own city, bro, we're not gonna try to get them like a lounge and spend like $10,000 to get them a fucking lounge somewhere.
Right.
No, that's not gonna happen. But
Because it's there
they
for
are gonna get all the
exclusivity.
benefits. Exactly. So, the main part is, bro, you're in this crazy ass club and you're gonna save money on travel, and on top of that too, you have concierge. So first of all, you're not gonna even have to book your flights or book your tickets. You're gonna have your own, like, I'm not gonna say assistant, but you're literally have your own assistant. So it's the coolest shit ever. People are gonna feel really exclusive. On top of that too, bro, we're not even focusing on that. Like that's not even our main core pillar. That's just like some fun shit that I'm
Right.
throwing in there. But we're like taking that very seriously also because we want to nail that on the head
Yeah.
and be like the first like more well-known project to actually do it. But I think other people have done it, but they failed because they presented it the wrong way. And they said, "Oh,
Yeah.
we're gonna get you flights in Lamborghinis." That's not what you have to advertise, right?
Hmm.
Also on top of that too, they have the completely wrong audience. So people are advertising Lamborghinis and private jets to people who can't even afford a fucking meal. You
Yeah.
don't want to do that, right? So you want to advertise to the right people. If you look at who's in dark labs, you have the completely correct demographic for that. Um, and again, it's not everyone, but we have about, for private jets, for example, we have a pretty big audience in dark labs for that. For people who travel a lot, we have an even bigger audience. For people who would probably want to get a discount on a hotel when they're traveling, bro, massive audience for that in there. So, um, yeah, it's also not just Web3 people. We're focusing heavily on people who have done something in the real world.
Yeah.
So we have Web3 people. We have Web3 people in there. Don't get me wrong. Again, we want a nice balance of everything, but mainly it's just that we're not looking at you specifically because you're a Web3 influencer, right? We're looking at you because hey, you've done some cool shit in the real world, right? You have experience. You've done some amazing stuff that people look up to you for.
Yeah.
Great. Come in. We would love to learn more about you. And then if we
Hmm.
learn about them and they're great people, let's let them in. So that's kind of the mindset that we're at. But also on top of that too, like we're getting super selective at this point because we're kind of
Hmm.
narrowing down. But yeah, we have some amazing people in there. I've spoken to so many people in there. We've like FaceTime interviewed them. Some of them are still anonymous to us, but that's all cool. Everyone in there is super
Yeah.
cool.
Well, also
Um,
something with this kind of project too, like you guys have to understand, like I don't compared to like some of these guys that went through space, including Ameer, like tiny compared as far as like narrative and following and that kind of thing. I'm even getting companies reaching out uh, to work together or to do whatever. So when I think about a project like this, and you think about a founder, and you look at someone like a Luca Nets, or you look at someone like Amir, and you're like, okay, if like small fish are getting opportunities and cool at meetings and stuff, like you've got to know that some of these guys who are winning at the top of the game, who are known as the top people in the game, are in those conversations. Like you want to be associated with these people. That's kind of how I perceive these kinds of projects, you know?
Thank you for that. But yeah, mainly it's just that we actually also did actually going off the main subject, we turned down a really big partnership they were gonna launch pad us. Starts with the O. um,
Oh,
but yeah, they were gonna completely go super heavy marketing for us, do everything for us in terms of
God.
marketing. They were gonna post about us like crazy. They said that they'll do us as hard or they said that they'll basically push us harder than anyone that they've ever pushed.
Mhm.
But they said we have to wait till Q1 of 2023, which is something that I'm not compromising on. I'm like, no, we just can't do that. So
Mm.
that got called off, and I got like really conditioned into thinking that it was really gonna go through. We signed all the contracts, all the papers, everything was kind of done, and I was like super excited. And again, you want to tell your friends, but I was like, oh, gotta stay quiet, gotta stay quiet. So I stayed quiet, but then after it went off, I'm like, fuck, like fuck, that was gonna be dope. But whatever.
Fuck.
Obviously, I'm not gonna go with someone like Magic Eden or XY2. That's not
Yeah.
a big boom factor. We want to go someone that's like a big boom factor. But they actually reached out to us, so that was
Wow.
super cool. But we still have that line of contact. If anyone ever needs it now, we can just help them out, get them on their launchpad program. So
Shit.
yeah, if anyone wants it, hit me up. It's gonna cost you about 100K to put you in the group chat.
That's
Yeah, but
legend.
besides that, that's that. So
Yeah, and
again,
I see this
go ahead.
question here. So he just says like how you continue to run the two projects side by side. Running one project is enough. I think it's kind of like what he just said about Luca. It's like when you get this stuff, because like there's something that like, even someone like Gary Vee talks about. He's like, people don't realize that I'm like a savage businessman. Like I know I talk like content. People think I'm a content creator. People think I'm a media person. He goes, no, I'm a businessman who's savage. And I think that's what people forget. Not everyone not every founder is like this, but there are certain people where you're like, dude, he just qualified himself in the very beginning, kind of talking about what he did. And just some people this is their sport. Some people are really good at soccer. Some people are really good at business. And I think that's probably a similar answer you give. Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah, and I feel like I'm ready at this point. But also on top of that too, like we could have done this like a long time ago. Like when we
Mhm.
were at all-time highs, we could have said, "Hey, we're launching a Gen
Sure.
2 just like everyone else," and raised over like $3-4 million in the bull market. Like we
Yeah,
could
and you
have done that. But
delegate.
I'm like, yeah, but exactly. I was just about to say that. But mainly, when you build a business from scratch and you start to build everything yourself and you're really involved, you start to realize, hey, do I care about the company or like what's going on? How are we going to do this a year from now, right? And
Yeah.
if you want to get bigger, you just can't do that, right? So you can't be as involved in little shit or in things that maybe someone else can do for you, maybe even better, or maybe just completely focus on that one subject. So delegation is huge, and obviously delegating main tasks that take up a lot of time, you got to take that out of your day, right? Because obviously that's just gonna fuck with you and you're gonna burn out or whatever it is, right? So delegation is huge. On top of that too, communication with your team, and on top of that too, having whatever it is, CMO, CEO, CFO, internal operations manager, assistants. These are all important things.
Yeah.
And on top of that too, it's just like, bro, most companies that fail, like it's because the fucking founder was just so involved in trying to do everything. That was me at one point because I was like, oh, only I can do it. Oh, I'm the best at doing it.
Yeah.
That doesn't like at some point, it's just like you cannot do the same shit if you want to go from 1 million to 10 million. I think I already said this earlier, but you have to start delegating because if you don't delegate, you're just gonna fuck yourself. You're gonna burn out. You're not gonna have enough time or enough. There's not enough man hours in
Yeah.
yourself to be able to accomplish all this. You need like if you have 10 guys, there's now you have more man hours. You guys can
Right.
accomplish more together. But yeah, mainly it's just developing plans with your team, thinking longer term, having meetings consistently, updating your team, whether you want to talk to your entire team directly or have your assistants talk to your team or have your internal operations manager talk to your team. A lot of different things. But for me, myself, with Dark Echelon's focus, the amount of time that I spend on that is super efficient. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to go ahead and say, oh, I don't spend like 20 hours a day. Bro, I used to actually spend 20 hours a day on Dark Echelon. Like I didn't sleep. I lost weight. Fucking lost all my friends. I don't have friends. Literally like lost everything, bro. So didn't eat. Like I got fucked
Sacrifices.
up, like really bad. Like it was really bad. To like the point, bro. My girlfriend was telling me like, bro, like
Yeah.
Ameer, like you just don't look the same anymore. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, your face is getting pale. Like, bro, Dark Echelon members were telling me this too. Like, bro, Ameer, you don't look healthy.
Yeah.
So that's when I started like really focusing on my health. But again, I'm not like the guy to say, oh, I'm like, I'm not the softest guy. So I'm not gonna be like, oh, yeah, this and
Hmm.
that, so openly. Let me just be. So. I'm not really like that. So I'm just like, I do my job. I'm do what I'm supposed to do. I'm not doing people a favor. I raise funds. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do, right?
Hmm.
I'm out here trying to build a company. People invested in me. That's it. But yeah, I mean, delegation is key, and you start to realize that more efficiency, less man hours is super key. And I don't really spend an insane amount of time on Dark Echelon now. My main time spent on Dark Echelon is spent on business calls,
Yeah.
networking events, meeting certain people in real life that, again, people don't know. I'm fucking having these meetings in certain parts of Miami, meeting up with certain people because we just want to get certain things done.
Yeah.
And that's where most of my time is spent, right? Whether we do like meetings, certain events on Zoom. I mean, certain meetings on Zoom, networking events, like everything ties back into like, if I get smarter, if I get better, I'm going to be able to help the company better. I'm going to be able to manage things more efficiently. That's kind of how I think. And self-improvement is big on me because I know that if I self-improve, the companies are just going to get better because they're just
Yeah.
going to run smoother. So that's why I'm personally really big on self-improvement also.
Yeah, 100%, dude, 100%. And we're about to wrap this podcast up. So you guys any last minute questions? If it's a question that's going to bring us into another full discussion, please don't ask it. And I see Yuki, get Frank, and who's it? Luca Nesson. That'd be cool. Like I said, a roundtable would be fucking awesome. I think it'd be a really, really interesting dynamic. Just seeing like, especially like if we did like a mix of content creators, like YouTubers, and then builders, and then maybe like project founders. Like that'd be such an interesting perspective. Just have like a bunch of questions and just kind of like almost like a panel and see what happens. I think that'd be a great idea, Yuki. Okay, final 2 questions. Rapid fire. Do you have any guilty pleasures?
Like in terms of like what I've ate, like sexually,
Bro, just like a guilty pleasure where if like someone found out, you'd be like, damn, bro, like I'm like low key like a tiny bit embarrassed about that or something. Like a TV
okay,
show that you like low key kind of watch every single night, but nobody knows about.
okay, uh, let's see.
I'm trying to think of mine too. See if I have any that can help you out.
Yeah, no, like honestly, I don't even know. Probably like, um, fuck, I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what I have.
Maybe.
Okay,
Yeah, that is a tough
Vampire
one.
Diaries is a good Vampire Diaries is a good TV show. Every time I was living with these people and they always were watching it, and I would always be in the kitchen cooking something, and I would see it in the TV in the living room. I'd be like, "What's going on over there?" And I would like eventually I start watching. I was like, "Oh, this is kind of good." Like random TV shows like that. I always just like fall into those holes.
No, that's TV shows, yeah. I'm trying to think, dude. Maybe like the most that I might be embarrassed. I don't really get embarrassed about it because like I don't want to be that guy, but I don't even know, dude. Like maybe um like I'll joke around with like my girlfriend sometimes and um like act like a fucking like a funny character.
Yeah,
I don't know,
the
but
classic boyfriend girlfriend stuff when you're like behind
yeah,
closed
just
doors
like
kind of thing.
joking around
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah.
I don't even know, dude. Maybe like sometimes like I think I do this sometimes. Like I'll like walk around, like I'll go in my car and like I'll think like I'm the shit, and I'll like roll down my fucking windows and I'll like see if anyone's like watching me when I'm
Oh
like
my god,
fucking
that's
going fast
hilarious.
as fuck. Yeah, that's a guilty pleasure. That's like a,
Yeah,
I guess you could say like calling myself out. So like
bro,
I
we
like
would all
try to
do
look.
that.
No, yeah, because I like go fast as fuck, rev the car when I'm like at a red light, fucking around with my friends. I guess that's like a guilty pleasure.
That's funny. I
Um,
love it.
yeah, but yeah. Besides that, nothing really much. I don't know. I don't really get embarrassed. I'll fucking
Sure.
say the funniest shit out there. But yeah, no.
Lit.
I guess that's pretty much the thing.
Oh yeah, Sugar Ray says, "What's the future of?" Oh, that's actually interesting. Like, is there like a fusion between Dark Echelon and Dark Labs? Or are they going to be like cold separate, like 2 separate things?
Separate.
Okay, got it, cool. All right,
Yeah.
final question, guys. Make sure you run up the likes. I appreciate all y'all being here, especially who been here since the beginning. Some of y'all have been here for a long time. You should click the like button, subscribe to the channel. Ameer stuff is down below in the description. Final question. Well, I guess it's a double question. Technically, you're in a relationship right now. What was your first relationship? How old were you? How'd that go? And then what's the key to being in a relationship?
Yes. So probably when I was maybe like 11. I don't know.
Damn, bro, Ameer's
I
out here at 11.
bro, I
Oh
don't even
my
know.
god.
Bro, I have no idea, but it was definitely very early on, and
Holy
yeah,
moly.
we like got into it too, man. Like
Oh Jesus.
I was at it young, but
Wait, so first kiss was 11 then or younger?
probably younger.
Damn.
But
Oh
like,
my god, dude. That's wild. My first real kiss was probably like 16, 15, 16.
oh damn. No, I
Yeah, I
was
started late.
I don't want to be like that guy talking highly about himself, but I was kind of like having fun, man, in school. I was like
Damn, bro.
I
He
was
was pulling.
I was having fun, but what was oh yeah, the key to a long-term relationship.
Yeah,
So I've
dude.
been with my girlfriend for quite a while now, several years, but
Nice.
I guess you could say the key to a healthy relationship on my end that I've seen, um, I guess you could say just like sometimes you gotta just like take some space uh from each other, right? So
Mhm.
if you're with each other all day long every day, you're eventually just gonna get sick and tired, no matter
Yeah.
how much you like love each other. Sometimes take a break. Not like a month-long break, but like a couple of days is good. And then after that, go on vacation with your partner. Just go on vacations, enjoy the time. If you have the option to just put away your phone when you're with your partner, just do it. Just put away your phone and like have normal conversations. Just talk about real things. Talk about, like the sky, the fucking stars. Just talk about anything, right? But mainly just, yeah, I mean, just fucking put away your phone when you're with your girlfriend or boyfriend. When you're outside, try to go outside together. Like being outside, going on walks is super good too.
Yeah, totally. 100%. That's the alpha, guys. You saw it. He's been here. He's done the things. He's done all the things, in fact. Dude, thank you so much for doing this show with me. And guys, code words, if you made it to the very end, is Dark Labs, of course. Oh yeah, what are the chances of getting to Dark Labs now? Are there any chances, or is it pretty much closed off now?
It's we're still letting people in. Probably like 30 more people.
Oh shit, 30 more people, guys. All right, so now is
Maybe,
the
yeah.
time to be paying attention. So make sure you probably want those notifications on for Dark Labs, or but probably that and Ameer for Twitter.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you so much again. Appreciate you. This was a super long one, but I did have a really good time. We like tapped on some things maybe I've never spoke about, and you brought up some pretty cool topics, dude. So
Hell yeah, man.
Appreciate you. Thank you for letting me use your platform, dude.
Dude, it was such a great conversation. Glad we got to talk about some of those things. Again, guys, code word for me to the very end, just so we know. Dark Labs, lock it in. King Law says 30. That's right, dude. Just 30 left. Guys, make sure you click the like button again. Subscribe to the channel. Join the kingdom. And you guys remember, until next time, continue on your Joyage. Continue to learn and be grateful you're alive watching this video.